Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gorgano Show.
Live from the Xfinity Studios. Well, I'd say a good morning to you, but it's not a good morning. No, it is not a good morning. It is a morning of wasted opportunities that happened on Sunday. Listen, you blow 21-point leads not often, and it's never pretty. But not against the Cowboys. Of all teams, not against Dallas. No, Ben, no. Not against the Cowboys. And here's what bit them. Bill, I'm going to tell you a lack of execution. They're going to give you all this nonsense. Bottom line, they went into a prevent offense. They got ultra-conservative yet again. Look, this isn't a Barkley problem. This isn't a Tank Bigsby can save the day issue. The O-line is banged up. It has been banged up all year. The run game hasn't been there. Now you subtract Lane Johnson, all right, for Fred Johnson. Now we know that Fred is a very good pass protection. Not a good run. He's not the athlete to get out on outside zones. He's not that guy. But he can pass pro. Same thing with Steen. Steen's been an issue really all year in the run game. And they've had that. They've had that issue. So now you couple the fact that your run game isn't there with a fact that you have a fortified Cowboys run defense. When they traded Micah, which was stupid, and got Kenny Clark, the one thing Kenny Clark is good at is stopping the run. Then you had Quinnen Williams from the Jets. You know what he's great at? Stopping the run. So you already know that Dallas is a much better team at stopping the run. They got Overshawn back at linebacker. Know what he's good at? Stopping the run. Their front seven was fortified. So how do you beat the Cowboys? I don't know. Let's look what the Eagles did on their first three drives. Up and down the field. A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. That's how you beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys secondary is not good. It is a brutal secondary. Yes. Bad secondary. And yet, what happened yet again? Protect, ultra conservative. There's Nick. Dial it back. You didn't need to dial back. You had to continue to attack. Don't dial back. Continue to attack. All right? Say that 1,000 times in your head, Nick. I hate the way they call games. Hate it. Hate the way they call games. And listen, Petullo is an obvious issue, but the whole thing's a Sirianni production. And this whole idea of going conservative starts with him. And then at the end of the game, he goes wildly against what he does. Like he's calling timeout. Like, why would you call timeout there? You gotta wait until you use your timeouts and they actually are threatened to win the game. You gotta wait first. Then you use your timeouts. Jumping the gun. I hate the way he manages the game. Listen, God bless him. He's great. He's got a lot of great qualities. And he's won a lot of games. But boy, I just don't agree with his philosophy a lot when it comes to his offense and when it comes to how he manages games. Like not punting the last 2 weeks and not even talking about the punt. Punt? What's that? I just don't understand what he's looking at sometimes. And you got this Cowboy team on the ropes. You just got to go annihilate them. See, here's my issue. Like, stuff like that happens, but this is the second time it's happened. It happened against the Broncos, if you remember. You remember that game? They were up 17-3. It was a slog. Broncos defense is great. They take the second half kickoff. They score a touchdown. They go up 17-3. And then they go into, like, turtle mode. All right, not in peril of the ball mode. God forbid. You got to win. Sometimes you just got to win the game. You just got to go attack. Like, you got to kill teams. That was the thing about when you look at the Patriots back in the day with Belichick and Brady. They would annihilate teams. They would win 48-14. They had no problem putting up 40s on teams. Like, you got to do that. In this era of football where you see these wild comebacks, you saw a bunch in the 1 o'clock games yesterday, you just got to go attack. And again, the Cowboys secondary is weak. Weak. You got to attack it. Hurts, listen, he was really well on the first 3 drives, right? You know, I mean, he was able to hit guys down the field. I heard people talking, well, you know, they didn't go conservative. It was a lax execution and the penalties. Yeah, listen, penalties were ridiculous. Ridiculous. I mean, obviously, a ton of penalties. There you see it, 14 for 96 yards. But they got conservative. The second drive in the second half, it was run, Hurts, scramble for 4. 3 and out. I mean, you're not winning the game that way. And look at the play calls. Hurts, incomplete short. Hurt, incomplete short. Like, first down. Go attack. Go attack down the field. How many times did they go deep in the second half against that defense? That secondary stinks. Maddening. Now we sit here again. This guy's not falling. I know people go, oh, that's it. They're fatally flawed. I don't believe that. Call me a sucker. But I don't believe they're fatally flawed. Yeah, the Rams look good. It's November. It's not even Thanksgiving. All right? They're 8-3. Plenty of time to get the 1 seed. Plenty of time. Again, and they showed some hope with the offense. Like, I saw AJ and Devontae actually look good. All right? The run game's going to be, until Lane Johnson comes back, and even then, I don't know. The run game's going to be an issue. It just is. You know it's going to be an issue. You got to be able to throw it. You have to. The defense is going to keep you in games, but you're going to have to. You got to get Jalen more involved in the run game. When he's involved yesterday, he had a couple design runs. You got to do more of it and get him involved. Run some more RPO stuff. Oof! This is one of the most frustrating offenses ever. But maybe that's our curse, right? We love defense. This defense is really good. It got banged up yesterday, but it's really, really good. And maybe that's our curse. Good morning, VG.
What's up, dude?
Dallas, of all teams.
You feeling
Cowboys.
so good. It feels like the offense last year, the way they could run the ball and dominate the offensive line, made it idiot-proof. And it's not idiot-proof now, and it feels like it's showing. I don't think we know we don't have a genius on offensive side, but when they adjust Dallas and the Eagles just have no answer.
But was it an adjustment by Dallas, or was it the Eagles stop attacking their secondary?
I think it's a combination.
Because I saw a lack of explosive plays down the field. I didn't see him try it.
No, you're right there. But Dallas moves to the 5-man front. And you have Landon Dickerson and other people, and this is not the first time we've heard this, where, we didn't see that on film from Dallas. All right, so here it is. Jerry Jones, he's an evil villain. I'm sure there's internet access down there. Just someone in the booth look up how to attack a 5-man front. If you're a basketball coach, that's what I can relate to. Okay, there's a 1-3-1 they switch to. I know, even though I've never seen it, I know how to adjust to it. Like, what is going on? When you have your offensive lineman saying, well, we didn't see it a 5-man front. There's dudes playing Madden who see, oh, he's in a 5-man front. I know to do this play, this play, this play. Like, what is going on?
Well,
there's such a lack of preparation.
Well, it's first of all, it's ridiculous. Okay, it's for the
professor from the joins the Eagle show. He's marked it. He's like, Denise, he marked it down like, oh, they were in 5-man front last week. I made a note of it. That's how they're going to get 3 tackles on the field. And how does you have your offensive line people saying we didn't see this during the week or even talk about it?
Well, again,
like what?
Again, and you know what's when Petullo talks about unscouted looks.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Right? This is it.
And it's like, huh? Like let me look at the Cowboys. All right, the Cowboys have an overload of tackles.
Yes.
All right, they traded. Hey, Kevin. They traded Micah Parsons. Did you know that, Kevin Petullo? That they actually traded Micah Parsons, got a tackle back, and then they traded for another tackle and Quentin Williams? Did you know that? Mm-hmm. You knew that, VG.
I think I read it.
All right?
Yeah.
So let me guess. If I have a surplus of tackles, and that's the best attribute of my football team, yeah, I'm pretty sure at some point I'm going to a 5-man front like you guys do. Like maybe ask Vic. Hey, Vic.
Right.
Hey, Fange, how do you beat a 5-man front?
Exactly.
Fange?
Yes, just ask him at halftime.
No, but
hey, you got any advice for this? They went to 5, Vic. I don't know what to do.
But it should have been a surprise.
Right.
Like, it should have been a surprise. Hey, they're in a 5-man front. I know they have a surplus of tackles. Right? So here's my biggest beef, is that they call these run plays interior. Like
that's their playbook.
I know.
If it works, it works. If they don't, they don't know what to do.
Let me run with an inside zone run against the Cowboys. Do you know who you're playing? The first thing I want to go to Sirianni is knock on his head.
You're going to hurt your hand, dude. That's
Hello?
There might be a bunch of bricks in there. You're going to hurt your hand.
Nick! You know who you're playing? It's Cowboys. Like, here's the thing. What did we say? What did I say to you all week last week? My game plan against Cowboys.
Dude, I'm starting to think their game plan is to spite you. They hear you saying enough with these inside zone runs, and they're just going to prove you. They're destined to prove you wrong at some point. It might be week 17 when no one's playing, but they're going to prove you wrong this week. You'll see.
I mean, I don't know. What was my game plan was to attack, right? Mm-hmm. Remember?
I thought, oh, wow, they listened. They've opened it up a little bit. Right? Got some over-the-middle throws. I don't know.
I scout the Cowboys, right? I go, yeah, their secondary span can be had. Their corners are bad. Right. All right? They can be had. I know I got 2 great receivers and a tight end. All right?
Tight end was wide open at that 3rd and 2, which should have never been called at that 3rd and 2.
I even have Dotson, right? Like there were so many looks I could have done that I would have been successful all day long. That's a 40 burger waiting at B. There's no way in the world they shouldn't. They completely went conservative.
They've been giving up 40 burgers all year, this Dallas team.
They completely went conservative in their approach. And they're going to say, no, it was penalties and a lack of execution because the mouthpieces are already out there saying it. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. And go and look at the plays. Look at them. Look at the calls.
A lot of checkdowns, dude. A lot of checkdowns in the second half.
You got to be able to go. You got to be attack that defense down the field.
It's at the point where, like, I usually watch all the games at home, but I had a bunch of friends come into town for a rare day, and we see someone in motion, and the bar's like, "Oh, I got motion. There's someone in motion." Like, this offense is abysmal, and the good run game covered up a lot of flaws, man, in their planning and the minds down there offensively. When they can't run it,
I mean, I thought. I do believe Kellen Moore is a good offensive mind. I do believe that. And I do think that, part of the issue in the pass game was running stuff to make Jalen comfortable, right? Like, I think that's a big issue, right? But, like, yesterday, during those first, he played really well. Like, just let him be. Let him attack. Let him cook. Move the pocket. Like, what happened to moving the pocket? Like, what happened to moving the pocket? For him to see, to have throwing lanes. I mean, if I see one more stop route.
That's all
I mean, on the sack, right? Remember the sack where he eats it? Which you can't eat it.
3rd and 2?
The sack in the last drive, or wherever it was.
It was like 3rd and 2.
Was it 3rd and 2?
Yeah, 3rd and 2.
Yeah. So he eats it, right?
Yeah.
They ran 4 stop routes.
That's what they do.
4.
Yeah.
Here, I'll draw it up.
We need a telestrator.
4 stop routes. That's what they run. That was their call.
That's their call all year, man. It's not going to change.
But again, it was working. I saw middle of the field. The first 3 drives, I saw him work the middle of the field. I saw him do.
So an RPO mixed in there. I was like, whoa.
I mean, it's like when the game, they were up 21-0. It was like, we got this game, so now we're going to dial it back. I mean, what were I sent this to you, Andrew. Look at this. So the first, they're up 21-0. And then the next 2 drives, here you go. Thanks, Andrew. 3 plays minus 2 yards. 3 plays 3 yards. Now they had penalties in the first drive of the second half. Then back to themselves. 3 plays 7 yards. That was 3 runs. The third run was a scramble. Then the missed field goal, then the fumble, and then the last drive.
And this field goal's a kicker, too.
So they totaled 106 yards in their last 7 possessions.
Yeesh.
They had 192 in their first 3. And this is not unlike what happened against the Broncos. Against the Broncos, they were up 17-3 after their first possession in the second half. You know what they did after that? 5 plays, 23 yards. 3 plays, minus 16 yards. 3 plays, minus 6 yards. 3 play, 2 yards. 6 plays, 45 yards.
How does a team with this much offense on that Denver ones? You have 3 different series for a total of minus 20 yards.
No, listen, Denver's defense is good. So like
3 series of minus 20 yards,
like that's bad.
Outrageous.
But again, Denver's defense is good. The Cowboys back end is not good. Like, just what are you going to do? Like, you know how to attack them.
They don't. They may know how to attack them, but it's not in their playbook. It's not in the overall design they set up at the beginning of the year, and that's just what they run. They run it every week. Everyone's been complaining about it.
That's nonsensical.
Yeah.
No, but it's not. It can't be. I think that Sirianni is playing it ultra conservative. Like he's keeping the lid on the pot. So he takes the lid off to start the game because he had no other options, right? Because he's not he's not completely brain dead, right? Like he's playing the Cowboys. He goes, all right, I'm not going to be able to run on Dallas, but I really got to throw the ball. So they come out, and the game plan was working. Like that's what you're supposed to do. Tack down the field, right? He stops because he's worried about turnovers and worried about 3. He wants to keep the clock going. He's going into a prevent offense. He goes to a prevent offense at the end of the first half. He's not dumb. What he is ultra conservative.
That's part of, you can't be ultra conservative and think you're going to get out and beat the Cowboys. Eagles have a great defense. Well, they held them to 24 points, which is really good against that offense, and they're banged up. You can't expect your defense to hold them.
CD dropped another 3 balls.
Yeah.
If Lamb doesn't, it's amazing because he dropped 6 balls. I mean, the Cowboys should have won the opener with all his drops, right?
Yeah.
The issue is, they have won that way. And I think he says, look, I win games being conservative and not putting the ball in risk and not exposing Jalen and not risking turnovers. And I win that way. And as bad as it was, right? Like, they lost by 3, right? Like, you think about it. He says that's how you win. You win by by mitigating risk.
Yeah.
Now, that goes
That's
against
like-
us,
Yeah.
our belief. But he wins that way, and I think that's the crux of the issue.
I don't know I'm so frustrated. Is last year just a complete anomaly? Is that how you say it? I don't even know. Anomaly?
You're right.
Yes.
No, you're right.
Like-
Well, I don't think it was. I think their O-line was great, and Saquon was great.
Right, yeah. But I mean, that's what, like, this coaching staff, minus that, I don't.
Kellen Moore was there last year. And
I guess
he's a professional, man.
He is a professional. I'm not a huge fan of Kellen Moore, but what he could do was adjust. He's seen it all, and all right, you throw a new wrinkle at him. He's like, all right, if they're bringing 5 here, this is open, obviously. And it's like, we just don't see that.
I mean, the self-inflicted wounds don't help you either. When you're
No,
trying to
the
run the
penalties-
ball
the
out on the
penalties
1
kill you.
yard line with Gibson on that punt.
That was
Dude,
that was
you got to
horrible.
wave him right now.
Yeah.
Bring in
Saquon
Britton
losing that
Covey
ball,
off the
that
practice
fumble.
squad.
I mean, and then the offensive pass
Listen,
interference. Let's talk about that one. Cooper should not have been
Fumbles-
called on
Fumbles
that.
happen, right? But
Wow.
that
Catching the ball in the 2, and then
What-
you're already in frantic mode.
dude, that was terrible.
Just let it bounce out, man.
No, dude, what used to be, if you were inside the 10, you let it bounce.
You don't even take a step back.
No.
You stand on the 10, and that's it.
That's how you're supposed to, that's how it was taught.
Yeah.
Then suddenly it got down to like the 6. That thing landed on the 2.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Are you nuts?
Just let it go.
Right then, your hair's on fire because you're panicking, and stuff happens.
It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. All right. So much to discuss and unpack. We got lots of stuff, lots of people to talk to. Coming up, Bo Wulf will join us. The brain, Fran Duffy, who's all on the offense. He's focusing. And, of course, it's a Murphy Monday. We'll talk to David as well from the Inquirer. Lots to get to. Let's take care of some business, shall we? Dallas, no, just you can't lose to Dallas. No.
All right. Weather's turning chilly. The last thing we all need is a home project piling up, especially one that messes with your comfort. Ace Hardware Home Services, they bring trusted pros right to your door to help your home get ready for these colder months. From heating tune-ups, plumbing fixes, to generators, emergency repairs, their experts handle it all with no guesswork, no stress. Just a local pro to get the job right the first time. Satisfaction's guaranteed. So find the help you need for your next home project at acehardwarehomeservices.com.
Love that Ace. Ace is the place.
Thank God for Ace.
What else I love? Xfinity. Watching football yesterday. Thank you, Xfinity. It's the only way to be a big fan is with Xfinity, all right? Ultimate sports destination. You got your best games, your favorite teams all in one place. The way you watch, it's just next level, man. It really is. It's the perfect fan flex. Got all the action right in your living room. Plus, Xfinity's best picture and sound with enhanced 4K. So clear you feel like you're in the stadium. I love it, man. And we got the holidays coming up. People are going to be coming over and all. Hey, cozy. You got food, football, family.
It's the best.
It is the greatest thing in the world. That's what Xfinity has you going. You can get 4 games going on at once. Great for bowl season, which I love.
Oh, yeah.
On top of that, get real-time notifications, live stats right on your television. Best seat in the house every time. Next game day. Make sure that big fan isn't a big fail. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Time now for the big deal. Brought to us by Cherry Hill Kia. Kia of Cherry Hill, a folk auto dealership. My man from the all PHLY Bird Show, Bo Wulf.
Our man on the ground, he's solid and sound. He's on the hunt for Eagles news. Handsome and astounds, clever and profound. We're talking Eagles with Bo Wulf.
On the Xfinity mobile call-in line. Good morning, Bo.
Good morning, cuz. How are you?
Not good.
Not good.
Not good. Not when you lose that lead to the Cowboys, among all teams, but especially the Cowboys. And you go into a prevent offense to do so.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you. It was ugly, and it is hard. I'm just adjusting the light there. It is hard not to point to coaching in a loss like that when you have 14 penalties, the most penalties they've had since Sirianni's first game in charge of the Eagles. Okay, those are guys making mistakes. That's not only the coach's fault. But as you say, turning the aggressiveness meter down after you go up 21-0, and you said it, I really do think that this is, Sirianni, they have won so many close games that he believes they have a special sauce here. And the more you invite close games, the more stuff like this is going to happen.
Yes.
And as much as you harp on, we are going to win a turnover battle, you can't count on always doing that. Saquon gets hit from behind, that happens. Xavier Gibson does something really dumb, that shouldn't happen, but stuff like that does happen. And so if you don't put a team away, I know it's easier said than done, but the passing game looked pretty good yesterday when they were trying to throw the ball. It was the most the best connection that Jalen and AJ have had all season long, even more than that Rams game when that was kind of like a last-ditch effort. It was all within the flow of the offense. It looked great. And then they just sort of turtled a little bit, and there are times when they choose not to be aggressive. Sirianni, at the end of halves, we've talked about it all year long, he just doesn't go for it.
Dude, you got two timeouts, all right?
2 timeouts, and it's 17 seconds. Okay, great. Guess what? Take a couple shots. It's not that crazy. And the reason he doesn't do it,
right.
The reason he doesn't do it is because he's afraid of giving the ball back to the other team. In other words, he's afraid of the other team having the chance that he has. It's crazy. And somebody made a very good point about this on the postgame show. One of our super chatters, which I really agree with, is what they are doing is they are doubling the conservative. So if you have coached Jalen Hurts to be very protective of the football, and he understands that his most important job is to protect the football. If you have done that successfully, you don't also have to call plays that protect the football. You can trust the quarterback to take care of the ball and then call plays that have some aggressiveness baked in. And you know what? I think there is a case to be made that this is going to end up being a good thing for the Eagles because hopefully it slaps some sense into them in the sense of you cannot rely on just winning close games because all we have is the entire history of the NFL to prove that is not a sustainable thing.
Here's the problem, though. I don't. Do you see Sirianni changing? I don't.
I see maybe people telling Sirianni he has to change, and he has no choice about it. I think that's a possibility.
I mean, that is a possibility. I mean, I could see.
We've done it your way. Okay, now it's time to do it our way.
Right. Yeah. I can see that. I just don't know. It's in his nature, man. He's won a ton of games, and I think he believes in it. And that showed itself yesterday. Yeah,
I think the way that Sirianni has coached games this season, his takeaway from yesterday would be that we turn the ball over and we can't afford to turn the ball over. We had 2 turnovers, and that's what cost us the game. And I don't believe that's what cost them the game.
No. Here's a couple other things that make no sense. The Dallas secondary stinks. All right?
Stinks.
Let's be real. That's a trouble spot for them. We talk about, we always do game plan and breakdowns during the week, and I'm going, listen, you got to attack. You're not going to be able to run the ball. I said it during the week. On Sunday, you're not going to be able to run it. Their run defense has been fortified. You got Kenny Clark. You got Quinton Williams, right? You got no Lane Johnson. And Fred is better in pass pro than he is in the run game. All right? Just like Steve.
He scouted it well.
Right.
And after the game, EJ tells us that the offensive line they're talking about how this was an unscouted look for them. The Cowboys leaning into the 5-man defensive line with 3 defensive tackles on the field. And I'm sorry. All year long, we keep hearing this excuse of unscouted looks. I mean,
it's outrageous.
That's the job. You know what? It's not just, you're never going to be able to scout every single thing that's coming to you, you have to be able to react. It's like saying, "Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't cover that guy. He was too fast. I wasn't expecting it." Like that's the job.
It's not like this is the first time anyone's used a 5-man front. Oh, what do we do? What do we do? I mean, come on, you're a seasoned professional at this level.
And the other thing too is like you should expect it.
Right,
Like you go, all right, we're playing the Cowboys, right? Hey Nick, they traded Micah Parsons, right? So since that, they got back another tackle, and then they just traded for another tackle, right? So chances are they're going to go with 3 defensive tackles in a 5-man front.
And guess what? They did it a little bit last week. So it wasn't completely unscouted. But what are we doing?
But whether they did or not, and you're right, but you got to think, like you got to know that they got Quinnen Williams. How are they going to deploy Quinnen Williams? The best part of their defense is the interior part of their line. So of course they're going to go with an extra man, right? I mean,
right. And of course they're going to say, "Oh, you know what? The Eagles are going to try to run the ball, even though they're not very good at it. Let's make sure we stop it."
And by the way,
because we know that if the Eagles get behind the sticks on 3rd down, they're not going to really try to get first downs.
No. And what's with the interior runs? Like, it hasn't worked all freaking year. And then you're going to run it against them? Like, what's Patullo doing? Like, yeah, I know. Yeah, we're going to inside, right. All right, go ahead. We're going to do that. What is he looking at? Like, God forbid. Like, what are you looking at?
I actually, this game was, I thought, like, the least on Patullo of some of the offensive struggles that we've had lately. The opening script was good. And I actually thought, like, even I gave him credit for when the game got close, when it was 21-14, and from then on, he knew that they weren't running the ball. And the numbers would tell us that this was by far their worst rushing game of the season by a per rush basis, like very low success rate. So he just said, "Okay, we're going to pass," and they were moving the ball. They lose a possession on the Saquon, they lose a possession on a penalty, but I mean, the 3rd and 2 play when it's 21-21.
Let's run 4 stop routes,
and it's coming off of the 2-minute warning. So you have the whole time to think about it. Now, I do think that Jalen deserves a part of this because, they run a motion to indicate whether it's man or zone, and they stick with the play. I think it's possible that he should have audibled out of it, given the pre-snap look. And I know that you can't take a sack there, obviously, but nobody's open. Like, it's tough.
On that 3rd and 2,
I didn't like that play. 3rd and 2, it should be 4-down territory. That's actually one of the points where, like, I wouldn't have minded a run, but I mean, I think what you really need is something more quick hitting.
You just need not to run 4 stop routes.
Well, like, no, you need something quick hitting. I know they run the RPO all the time. That slide RPO, you could have done that with maybe a counter a bit off of it. Like,
Goddard's wide open on that play.
That's got to be a like, we need this play.
Like, he's eyeing AJ up, who's stalking. He doesn't even look at Goddard on that play. Goddard's wide open across the middle.
He comes to Goddard too late. And by the time he gets there, he's covered.
But again, they'll say, "See, it's what happens," right? And they'll put it on Jalen, not publicly, but behind the scenes, and that'll be their thinking. You can't call that the play, the 4 stop routes. It's just not. And you got to move him a little bit. Like, it always works better when he's moving.
I agree with you. I really hated that play call. I mean, that's the reason they lost the game.
I mean, and the fact that the drive. So they had. Let me look it up. They had. All right, they're up 17. They're up 21-0, and then they go.
Yeah.
With
3 plays for -2.
Right, with the 3 play, you had the 3 plays -2 yards, 3 plays 3 yards. There you go. Like, until the last 2 drives is when they stopped going out, right? Like, that 7-play drive is when what you talked about, where they finally start throwing the ball.
And
they wasted 4 drives.
Yeah, and if we're talking about taking the foot off the gas pedal, they punted on 4th and 3 at midfield. I don't think they needed to do that, and then they go for the 56-yard field goal with Jake Elliott when they could have gone for that one.
Yeah, in fact, I said, let's go. We got to go for it here. I was texting with my friends, and I just said, you got to go for it here.
Like
that one, like a 56-yarder wasn't worth the squeeze there because the field position. Like if you miss it, look at the field position you're giving up. I'd rather at least take the 7 yards that I have to set up for the field goal and at least take an attempt to get the first down.
Yeah, it would have been 5 yards. I think it was a short 5. It was like closer to 4. I would have gone for that.
No.
And then the 4th and 3 at midfield, I would have gone for.
Right. And I'm just talking about in that sense, either you go for it or you go for the field goal.
I see what you're saying. Like if you miss it, you'll take those 7 yards. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right. It turns out to be like
right because 3 points 3 points at that point of the game, with the way the offense was playing, was not going to win the game.
No, and they were lucky too because Lamb dropped 3 more balls that should have been that would have made big plays.
Now I don't think that the defense is the culprit of this loss, and certainly the injuries piling up, especially at safety, is going to be a concern. I mean, Sidney Brown is a problem. Him being on the field right now, I think they need to figure something out there. But so I do have to say,
Makuba was in a boot at the end of the game.
Yeah, that's what the report said. Boot in the locker room, and then who knows about the Reed injury? I think he's more likely to be okay. But I do have to say, where was the pass rush yesterday?
Yeah,
right?
I expected more.
I mean, those tackles are not great.
No,
Jalen Phillips didn't record a single stat yesterday.
But can I say this? And please, and I'm not trying to be a green goggle guy, believe me. But man, I saw a lot of holding that wasn't called. There were at least.
I saw a few as well. I agree.
I mean, on Phillips, I saw a couple on Phillips. I saw one on Carter.
Yeah, there was one on BG on the edge. I saw.
I mean, I thought there was some holding going on there.
The refs were terrible yesterday on both. I mean, they didn't know what was going on.
And I'm not saying that's the reason, but like you still when Tyler.
No, but there's a
Guyton
reason why on the game is in is in the deciding moments, and it's the what ends up being the big completion to Pickens to get them into chip shot range. There's a reason that Vic has to send N'Kobe on a blitz, because the only time they've gotten after the quarterback all day long was a N'Kobe Dean sack. That's the only real pressure they got on Dak all day long. So he's got to do it, and that opens up the middle of the field, and Pickens is free to run.
Yeah.
And by the way, why is Nick taking that time out?
Dude, I was thinking the same thing. He contradicts himself all the time. Like he wants to be uber aggressive at the end of games. I hate the way he manages games. I just hate it.
The Cowboys are going to let it go. They were going to settle for the 55-yarder or whatever it was. And then Nick calls timeout, so they get a chance to get it closer.
It was stupid. Just wait.
But then he doesn't take the next time. It was like it didn't make any sense.
He doesn't wait. Like his feel is off when it comes to that stuff. Like the not punting. And then you don't even talk about the punt. Like, yo, dude, you got to punt the ball. What are you doing? This is every week.
I know.
And they're 8-3.
By the way, they're 8-3 and like the number 2 favorite to win the Super Bowl. But yeah, they cannot rely. It needs to be hammered home that they cannot rely on being outgained and just relying on the fact that they are so good in close games that they're going to win these close games. That is our secret sauce, is we are winners. It's not sustainable. Go out and take the life away from the other team. What are we doing?
Well, that to me, like you're up 21-0 there. You got the crowd out of it. It's you're feeling great. Mm-hmm. You got to keep the great teams. They just keep attacking. Like you remember Belichick? He had no problem putting up 40, 50 at times. Like he's attacking you until the end. Like you can't all of a sudden they just go into this weird prevent offense.
Here's to your point. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they go up 21-0. Their next 5 possessions they run on first down. 4 times for 5 yards total.
Amen. That's good.
So,
And then there is a part of me that's like, you're always going to have weird games, especially in the division. The penalties pile up, the ball bounces weird a few times. These games happen. They get the piling up of injuries. That's okay. They gotta learn from it. They gotta let this be.
I'm
part
not
of
in this camp of
what propels them.
You're right, and I'm sorry I didn't mean to jump on you. But you're spot on. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's a death knell. It's not a death knell.
I guess I'm more worried than you guys because I feel like this unscouted look thing, they're going to see unscouted looks throughout the playoffs. This keeps coming up. I think that's like a glaring problem when your offensive linemen are just like, we didn't see it. What are we supposed to do? I don't know. Somebody Google it. Someone just Google it and find out how to attack it. Ask AI, how do I attack this 5-man front?
Andrew, do it. Make sure the AI voice is a British female. All right? And then ask it. Say the best way to beat a 5-man front. Dude,
Run the ball to the outside.
I just get so frustrated with him.
Get Saquon on the edge.
Let me go inside. Let me run inside zone one more time. One more time. Let me do that.
Dude, look. The first thing I get when I do it, the first sentence to beat a 5-man front, focus on running plays and exploit the edges.
Dude, I don't know. I swear to God, I don't know what they're thinking. I just don't. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird, Bo. It's weird. Certain things. You should know your team and you should know your opponent. And it's like they're surprised. Like, what are you surprised at by the Cowboys? They're easy to scout. All right? Like, you know what their strengths are.
I'm with you. It comes down to the rest of the season. Do they take a lesson from this? Or do they continue to hit their head against the wall and say, we can't turn the ball over? That was the difference in this game we got bad fumble luck and Zach Bond drops an interception. And if that doesn't happen, we win our way. And it's a short week. So there's probably less time for self-reflection. Like they gotta come out of this playing this way. They're so talented.
So they're a 7-point favorite against Chicago. A 7-point favorite. I mean, that tells you all you need to know that the Eagles are going to win that game.
Oh yeah.
I hear chuckles and laughter. How do you feel about Friday? I mean, listen. They still are the same team that was up 21-0.
Yeah, and I mean, if we are being rosy, the most positive thing we saw yesterday, by far, was the way that Jalen and AJ worked together.
Yeah.
I mean, it was within structure of the offense. It was timed up well. It was not just, hitches and goes. AJ was going over the middle of the field and Jalen was hitting him. The way that they worked together yesterday, like if that is now a part of the offense and they can trust that it's going to be, then hopefully they can be more aggressive in the passing game and trust that to, carry them to score points.
Bears play a lot of man defense, right?
Yeah.
Half the time, I think.
I mean,
if you can give me a regular performance from the defense and that level of connection with AJ and Jalen Hurts, they're going to be a top 2 seed in the NFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my confidence this week is with Fangio. Tease the Birds, though, to a 1-point win.
But listen, I mean, if it's going to have to be, Sidney Brown and Andre Sam starting at safety this week, all of a sudden.
He's later than we are. That dude's late on every pass play, Sidney Brown.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right about that. Just, they got to mix. Offensively, their offense is gross. It's just gross. Hitches and hoes. That's all I see.
Bo, do you think it'd be a quick turnaround for Dory Jackson with the concussion? You look at, is it a Ringo start?
I mean, I guess it depends on what they have to do at safety too, because you can argue that what they need is
they put Mike
Cooper
in
DeJean,
yesterday.
Cooper DeJean at safety, with Michael Carter playing nickel. And by the way, I didn't think Michael Carter looked great yesterday, but first game in the defense. And then you can play Ringo on the outside or Jacorian Bennett, but Bennett is clearly buried right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be ugly in the secondary. That's why they got to get the pass rush back.
Yes. Yeah. Bo, great stuff. 2:00 today, buddy.
2:00 today, reviewing the film with Fran and the professor.
And then
DJ
tomorrow you'll be with me tomorrow morning, right?
I don't know what our schedule is with BG yet. He's got a lot going on, so I don't know that he's going to be able to come in the morning.
He says he's going to play, so
You're right, but they've got like a regular work day.
Oh, that's
so
right.
They're not off tomorrow morning. So
that's right. I forgot.
We'll have to figure out our BG schedule.
All right. Well, we'll figure it out. All right. Good stuff, my brother. Thanks, pal.
Thank you,
There
sir.
he is, the great Bo Wulf. All right. Let's go to our man, brought to us by the Bet Parks. What? Not here yet. Oh, okay.
Brain's tardy.
Brain's tardy.
Yeah.
You know who else's brain is tardy? Patullo!
Yes.
Brain fart.
Dude.
Although I think it's they just don't want to imperil anything.
It all comes down to
Sirianni.
Nick. It all comes down. I mean, Patul's this guy. It all comes back to Nick.
It all goes back to the way he manages a game. He gets way
Which is
conservative.
weird because he's like the uber aggressive guy, but he plays not to lose.
He does.
But he wins playing that way.
He does. We won our playoff game Saturday.
Oh, congratulations.
I just want to take a moment.
Is it Clearview?
Yes.
All right.
I just want to take a moment, right? Clearview Youth Football Program, Coach Fran.
All right, Coach
We
Fran.
were underdog against Mount Laurel.
Oh, yeah? Like single
They
digits?
beat us,
Yeah.
and they beat us pretty handedly.
Regular season?
The
they
first
beat,
game,
What
yeah.
was that? What was the score of that one?
I forget it, 28 to
More than
12.
a touchdown? Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we were up big. We were up like 18-0.
Okay.
And they came back, but we wound up winning 26-24.
All right, you found a way to adjust.
Yeah.
They made adjustments and Clearview adjusted.
Yes.
Pay attention, Kevin.
Yes. It was actually, and then we had the championship game Saturday.
Oh, championship Saturday?
Yeah.
Where at?
Leonard P. High School.
All right.
Yes. We have a championship 2:00 championship Saturday.
Nice.
So we're pumped up, man. You got to watch film tonight. Moss had a big penalty that negated a touchdown.
Oh, what do you do?
It was a nasty block that he shouldn't have
Oh,
done.
like a blindside?
Yeah.
Ooh, he likes those blindsides.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, no good. All right, time now to go to the brain.
Brain.
Red the Brain Feinberg.
The brain on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. Good morning, brain.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
What's up, Brain?
See, not a great morning for everyone in here in Philly. I get it.
Yeah, no, brain. It was bad, man. You can't blow that kind of lead. Now, here you're sitting, right? Because you were positioned on the Cowboys, much to your dismay, your own
No, but
dismay.
I said the game. I thought it'd be 24-21 Eagles or 24-21 Dallas in the last play of the game. Like that's one I can't say I got wrong. I thought come down the last play.
Right, but you
Close
didn't
game.
see 20 down
was.
21-0.
Oh no, of course not. Of course not. But
So
you know what?
This is the issue, is that when you're
Yeah.
leading 21-0 against that team, and then you go conservative the rest of the game up until the end.
Yeah, well, but first of all, you see that team, Anthony, that team to me, again, as I said before, that team to me is like the definition of like waking up and you're in a tropical island. You don't know if it's going to rain, if it's going to be sunny, if it's going to be cold, if it's going to be warm. You don't know any of it. Like that team to me can beat anyone. If they played, pick any team you want. They just beat the Eagles, who are arguably the best team. They could play the Rams, they could beat them. They could play Kansas City, they could beat them. And guess what?
I
They could play New
disagree.
Orleans
I
and lose to
disagree
them.
with you. I don't
They
see
just
that.
proved it.
And here's why I disagree. Because their secondary is fatally flawed. They can't overcome their secondary. Their defense is a bad defense. They're good interior, right? Like they have good.
Yeah,
like
they are
Quentin
good
Williams
interior.
helps. Overshawn coming back helps, but their secondary is still bad. Like guys were
Well,
wide
we
open.
saw.
What?
AJ had a great game, which was good to see. Listen,
Yeah,
Anthony, the Eagles offense.
up until they went to the prevent offense.
Anthony, again, and you've talked about it so many times in your show. Like, and again, I'm not a I'm not a diagnoser, so to speak. But clearly, whether it's the coordinator or whatever it is, it's like you have a sick patient, right? And the patient's not getting the medicine they need, and that's just, again, as I said, at some point, either you try to do something different or you just keep going down this path. They're choosing to keep going down this path. And by the way, again, the running game, and I thought Barkley, if there was an alternate line for Barkley's rushing yards under, I'd be a zillionaire today, because I really thought he'd get like 30 yards. He can't do. I mean, he's a zero this year, like a zero. It's a crazy that they cannot run the ball,
especially against their front, right? Like,
it's crazy.
again, the one thing Dallas does is the defense, especially
Stop the
now that
run.
they got Quentin Williams, is they can stop the run, right? Like,
But the Eagles
and
are
they
able to
stop
pass.
the interior run, between the tackles. All right, here's your tackles. Right in here is where they're great at stopping the run.
For sure.
What did the Eagles? I'm not doing this to you. I'm doing this to
No, you're right. Anthony,
I'm
but
doing
you're
this
right.
to Sirianni. Where did they run? Inside. Why would you do that?
Did you see every time they kind of bumped it outside, he had that nice run outside? It may have been on a reception, but he was able to like get a first down. Again, I keep saying it. I'm not the diagnoser guy who figures out the why of what's going on. But, and I know you said about Coach Sirianni many times, like you think he's a good coach, but he's that's not his strength. They need
The
someone
X and
again
O
to
is
come
not his
in from-
strength.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying they need someone, Anthony, to come in from somewhere to like just look at this and say, okay, here's what I see. Here's what's going on here. Because again, as I keep saying, if you were to strip this offense down and sell it in parts, it would still have real value. It's not like it's completely devalued. It's like Saquon Barkley, every team would want to have. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, teams would want to have. I just think that it's just, for whatever reason, the cohesion, and I don't pretend to know the reason because I don't, is just beyond
Well, you know
lacking
it. You
at
know,
this
I
point.
mean, you know the game better than anybody. Like, you know the game. Like, here's the deal. Their O-line is banged up. You got no Lane Johnson, right? You got Fred Johnson. Now, Fred is better in pass pro, all right?
Yeah.
So, you get an idea. The interior part of that line hasn't been good all year in the run game.
been horrible.
They've been banged
horrible.
up, right? Steen's not winning at the point of attack. He's better in pass pro. Mayalata hasn't been great in the run game either.
No, which is
Right?
actually surprising. I mean,
So, you know, you're going into it. I could have told you you're not going to be able to run. In fact, I did say it. I said the way to win the game, I probably said it to you too, because I said it a million times
did.
last week,
And
was
you were right.
attack, 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 attack. Throw, 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 throw. Let Jalen loose. Free Jalen.
yeah, and you were right. You're anyone who
But they
watched
stopped
that
doing it.
game. Yeah, they stopped doing. Again, Anthony. Again, here's the only for everyone watching. Here's the quote unquote good news. Okay, it's a regular season game that at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, you certainly want to get home field. Yeah, you and I get it. And the Rams now, winning that game, and Rams look pretty freaking tough, but it's a regular season game. And I always say in life, look at the Phillies. I mean, the Phillies were so good, and they lose 3 games. I thought they should have won minimum 2 of them against the Dodgers, minimum, maybe even all 3 that they lost. They lost the close games where bad breaks went against them in the wrong spots. And the playoffs, if this happens, then cry as much as you want. It's a regular season game. It really is okay. Because once the playoffs start, this will be forgotten. It'll be just a distant memory. To me, the bigger issue is just getting the offense right and getting them healthy in terms of productivity. I shouldn't say healthy. I mean productivity for the playoffs, obviously getting Lane back. To me, that's the biggest thing. To me, the wins and losses, to be honest, they're going to win the division. They're probably not going to get a bye, but they're going to win the division, get a top seed. I just want to see them look, Anthony, offensively respectable.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's right. All right, let's go
I mean,
over.
that to me is the bigger thing.
Agreed.
Honestly.
All right, let's go over. First of all, real quick, Eagles installed as a 7-point favorite at home against Chicago in the short week. Translate that line, Brain.
Well, here's the thing. And again, I always say to Anthony, like, if this game was played 15 years ago, this line would probably be closer to 3.5 or whatnot. But now, I mean, the Bears are, again, seen a lot of football in my day. I don't think I've ever seen a team ever get more fortunate with wins in my life, to the point it's like it reminds me of the Eli Manning, like some of the passes he had in the Super Bowl, where you're just like, oh my God, he is like just some genies out there just granting him his wishes. To me, that's kind of what's been with the Bears this year. Obviously, the really good head coach. Caleb's improved for sure. I'll give him that. But I think it's a below average team. You heard me right. I think this is a 7-10 team, maybe 8-9, but somehow just keeps pulling, what out of their, out of their butt.
Oh yeah,
so
listen,
I
Ben
think it's a fair
Johnson
line.
has a horseshoe up his gigi.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now again,
without a doubt.
but you know what? Listen, credit to them. They keep just doing what they have to do. And listen, to win by 8 points in the NFL for an offense as bad as the Eagles is not an easy task. So I'm not running the window betting the Eagles. I like them in teasers. Again, I do like them in teasers, Anthony, laying from 7 down to 1, because I absolutely think they'll win the game, whether it's 27-24 or 14-13. I think that they'll win the game, but I'm not laying big points with the Eagles, Anthony. Do it at your own peril. I don't trust the offense. Again, it keeps happening every week.
Yeah.
It keeps happening every week.
Plus, you got to see what shape the secondary's in. The secondary's banged up, and if you're banged up at safety, at nickel corner, I mean,
Bears can score on them potentially. But you know what's interesting, Anthony? In that game in VG, that there was how many bounces of fumbles were there that could have gone either way? It's like, I don't know if you ever saw a movie called Match Point with Woody Allen way back when, but it reminded me of that. These fumbles they took certain bounces, and if the Eagles got them, the Eagles win the game. If Dallas gets them, Dallas wins the game. Even at the end of the game, they fumbled the ball and it went out of bounds, Dallas. Or the Eagles win the game. Like, it's just so many breaks, and then it just luck of the draw, so to speak. And the Eagles at the end didn't get that luck of the draw, in my opinion. Sometimes it's as simple as that.
all right. Let's look at tonight. I think I like Carolina tonight against the Niners.
I can't do it there, Anthony. I just can't go down that road. I will say this: a teaser I would be the Eagles in San Francisco. I think San Francisco Carolina to me is another really fake team. I cannot get behind this team. I know they beat Atlanta last week.
I think San Fran's got a little fake in them defensively.
Yeah, maybe defensive, but here's the thing: offensively, they're as real gets. They have a solid quarterback. They have a very solid running back who's a great receiving running back, probably not a great running back per se at this point. They have multiple good, solid wide receivers. They have a tremendous tight end. This team should be able to score 20-plus points on anyone. And I just don't ever trust Bryce Young against anyone. I don't care who it's against. I just don't. Oh, look, I thought this line should be probably beyond. That being said, I thought this line should be 7. So it's 7.5. I'm not going to bicker with you that it's a little bit too high. I'm really not. I did bet Jawan Jennings, who I think is 13-4 now, his last 17, getting 4 more catches. When I watch him, I think he's their most trusted receiver. I did like the yards over at 45 also, but I think I trust the catches a tad more. And I faded McCaffrey in terms of his rushing yards tonight. I think Brian Robinson, they've been getting a little bit more involved. And McCaffrey's good as he's been. He's not run the ball well.
Right.
He's received it incredibly well. And Carolina, I think, can actually do a respectable job against him in the running game. But I'm sure he'll do well in the receiving game.
All right, yesterday, anything surprise you yesterday? So let's look at it. With you and VG, let's tackle it. So quickly, Chiefs go to OT.
They're
Man.
vampires.
That was a vintage Chiefs win, right, Anthony?
Yes.
That was the Chiefs win from before every game before this year, where you're like, how did they just? But and then the Colts again. When you're up and you just try to just end the game against a great team like that, good luck.
Right? Cincinnati loses New England.
New England lost some. New England had some, unfortunately, they had some injuries to some of their better players in this game.
Yes, they did.
A couple of their linemen are out now, potentially for the season. So that's something to monitor because New England is playing quite well. We'll see. But obviously, Cincinnati's done.
His G-men won or covered.
Well,
you know what's funny about the G-men? And again, I split. I took the over 30.5, Anthony, which won, which is a little fortunate. And I also laid, the second Jameis was out, I laid 12. It closed like 14. The Giants, I keep saying it, next year, the Giants are going to be a problem. That's going to be the team more than Dallas, more than Washington to me. That team that team should have a winning record at this point. They've lost. Did you see what Malik Neighbors said? I actually agree with him. Did you see what he said? It was almost like they were trying to lose at the end. What they did was so bizarre.
Yeah.
And I actually, when I was watching, I was rooting for, the best way to see something is if you're rooting for a game, what would you want the other team to do? And I'm watching Kafka, and I'm like, what is he? Did he get a mandate? They need to lose the game. The Giants have lost now like 5 games that are just like, you say to yourself, how can it be?
Yeah.
Detroit is in trouble. That team, their defense stinks. They're not going to have home field in any of these playoff games probably. Detroit is a team to me now. I don't think Detroit, even though I love Dan Campbell, I don't think they're going to get it done in the playoffs. That would be an eye-opening thing for me personally. I think they could beat Green Bay this week, but that's about it.
Did you see this? Did you watch the Bears Steelers?
Yes. Did you see that play by Caleb?
Yeah.
That was one of the worst plays I've ever seen. Jeez.
Yeah. Ravens looked sickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are. Anthony, again, they are. Lamar, again, it's going to come out. This isn't like me being smart. It's obviously going to come out, guys, at the end of the year. Lamar Jackson, whatever, he never overcame this, or he is. It's like watching Saquon Barkley run. It's the good comp, right? These guys were the 2 best players last year, literally the 2 best players. And both of these guys this year are atrocious for various reasons.
Horrible.
And that's just the way that it is. I don't think the Ravens, I don't fear them watching this team right now.
BG,
you know,
in the locker room doing, who's got it better than we do after that win? It's like,
that's the wrong Harbaugh. That's Jim does that.
No, he did it yesterday. I saw in the Ravens locker room. He did it.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Well, I'll tell you what's it better than him. Anyone who went against Lamar Jackson in fantasy, they have it better.
Yeah.
You know.
That was ugly.
By the way, in 20 fantasy leagues, I went against Jahmyr Gibbs in 16 of the 20. You tell me that's mathematically possible. That's a 1 in a trillion chance.
What happened?
And yes, I went against him in 16 of 20 leagues. I don't have him in any, which makes it that much more annoying. But 16
you went up
leagues,
against Jahmyr Gibbs.
Jahmyr Gibbs in 16 of 20. It should be 1 out of 12. I should have gone against him in 1.3. Somehow I went against him in 16 leagues, which is mathematically like a 0.0.0.0.0 chance. My partner called me up literally crying today, how's this possible? This doesn't make any. He's like, you're the math guy. You tell me how this is possible. So,
oh my God, that's insane.
And needless to say, he had the score of 3 men. So it was 20 catches, 3 touchdowns, 200 yards. Oh man.
Oof, that's no good.
We got football. I mean, college basketball all day today, fellas. Games start at 11 for
was it
all week we got games.
The 24 hours of the
No, it's just day tournaments all week.
Love day tournaments.
Yeah.
What do you got? You got a trash man?
Yeah,
got something?
early 11:30 Pacific -4.5 versus Stony Brook, and I like about 2:20 NC State -10.5 versus Seton Hall.
Anthony, I will say, she asked about. To me, I think I can now. I already had written them off, but now I think I really can write off Tampa Bay. Not
without
sure
Baker. Baker gets hurt. They're a mess.
But even before that, you saw to me, you just saw the difference in class between Tampa Bay. Forgetting Baker getting hurt, that didn't help. They didn't score without him. They didn't score with him. But seeing the class difference between the Rams versus them. I mean, Stafford, as long as he doesn't, I guess, mess it up, I think he has a really good chance of winning that elusive MVP award. But the Rams are tough. You see a team that has the great quarterback with the 2 dominant receivers.
Yeah.
Great coach.
Yeah.
They're going to be that should be. I mean, I personally like Seattle just as much, but I think those are the 2 best teams in the NFC. That would be my takeaway: is Seattle and the Rams are the 2 best teams in the NFC today. The Eagles, until they fix this offense.
I think that's fair.
I just don't know.
Listen, I'm with you on the Rams. Category. I mean, the Rams, as long as he's healthy, they're
tremendous.
They're nasty because he makes every throw. You got Devontae Adams
he really does.
Is unbeatable. at the goal line, I mean, they're nasty.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You know?
It's amazing. At the goal line that they just
But you're right about Tampa too.
Push.
Like they scored to make it 21-7 with Baker and
5 minutes left. Yeah.
No, in the first half.
Yeah, then they made it 28-7 right after that, and then Baker got hurt on that play.
And
I mean,
it was
they
like
weren't going to do it anyway, but
they struggled. Like they couldn't move the ball. All they have now is Ibuka. It's amazing.
Well, you know what's interesting, and again, with that, you made a good comment about Adams. To me, Adams at the 2-yard line, 1-yard line is like the Eagles' tush push. He gets testing touchdown every play there.
Every
he just
play.
has these moves.
Yeah.
And Stafford is perfect as a quarterback.
Yeah.
And it's because that's a hard thing to do. So how many times you see these people do these fades? But anyway, we'll see.
They're also giving up the fewest points on defense. They give up the fewest points in the NFL. I mean,
yeah. They're
tough out.
Good front. Yeah.
I mean, they had 2 losses this year, and one against the Eagles was an all-time loss.
It was kind of fake. Yeah.
The other one's overtime against the Niners.
Loss?
Overtime versus the Niners.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, both their losses were horrific.
Mac Jones went bananas that game.
Well, they fumbled at the 1-yard line going in for the win.
Yeah.
Aaron Williams in overtime was at the 1-yard line and fumbled.
Yeah.
I mean, they really pretty close to being 13-0 or whatever it is. 12.
Yeah. Crazy. Brain, great stuff, man. We'll talk to you on Wednesday.
Appreciate you both, guys.
Or tomorrow.
Good,
Thanks,
guys.
buddy. See you, pal. There he is, the Brain, checking in. We love him. Let's take a quick TO for some business that I really need to get to Fran. I also have an update for you on Makuba.
Dude, he got steamrolled on that touchdown pass, that tight end hit. My God, he just got blown right through.
Yeah.
It's like he weighed 110 pounds.
It's not good. It's not good. All right. Park Sportsbook online casino app. That's right. Everything you want. You said it's all wall-to-wall college basketball today?
All day. All day today, all day tomorrow.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like day hoops.
And because when we do our thing at Reading Terminal, we always make bets during the day while we're at Molly Malloy's.
Yeah,
there's always day football, basketball going on.
I like day football the best, but day hoops is close second. All right. So
if you want to follow me on Bet Parks, you're a little late. I made a play on Arizona to win the championship in basketball. I got them at 20-1. I think they're 15-1 now.
Arizona, it's a good play. Look at VG on it. I like VG's a great college basketball man. You check it out. And then tonight, I like Carolina. I know Brain does it. I think that game's going to be tight. And
so I want your help because I'm on Bet Parks right now. I'm going to tease it. Where did I go?
What is it, 7.5?
7.5. I'm teasing the Niners, but do I do over 49.5, tease that onto like 43.5, or tease the under up to 55.5?
I think it's an under.
Under 55.5?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're taking in Niners?
Yeah.
I like Carolina. I don't know. I think Carolina keeps it close. Anyway, check it out. We have a big slate of Thanksgiving games, right? Eagles on Black Friday. It's fun, man. Holidays are here. It's a great time to hang out on the Bet Parks app while you're enjoying all the festivities. Have some fun on the app. There's always another way to win, right? All the casino games and hot online slots. New customers get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down the first 24 hours. BetParks.com has all the details. Got to be in PA, New Jersey, Michigan, Maryland, Ohio. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Now let's talk about Cherry Hill Kia. All right. They bring us the big deal, Kia of Cherry Hill. Listen to this. Listen to what they got in their lot right now. All right. I want you to go see Bill at Kia of Cherry Hill because you're going to get to choose from over 450 new Kias. That includes Tellurides, Sportages, K5s, Carnivals, Celtos, Souls.
Yeah.
You love that.
They're cool. Souls are cool.
Yeah. Now, here's the deal. You can come pick out the gas-sipping Kia of your dreams. Payments anyone can afford. That's right. Kia is the hottest automotive brand today. 7 of their models received 2025 Car and Driver Editor's Choice Awards, all right, which is amazing because they only choose 20, all right, for this award. And they got 7 of them.
That's domination.
It is domination. Trust me. You got to check it out. You got over 100 brand new Kias with MSRPs under $30,000. over 400 new Kias to choose from. Go to Kia of Cherry Hill, online, KiaofCherryHill.com. Go see Bill. Tell him I sent you. Get the cuz discount. I know people buy Kias elsewhere. I just don't know why.
No idea.
No idea. All right. I got to get to our next guest. I'm dying to talk to him. In fact, I know he's busy. I had to bug him because I needed him today to make sense of what the Eagles tried to do while up 21-0. Our man on the Xfinity mobile call-in line, a must-see, read, hear, the great Franny Films.
They do not crave food nor drink for nourishment, for they exist solely on the glow of the all 22 monitors. They are the Leatherheads, and he is Franny Films.
Francis!
What's going on, guys? Morning.
Dude, there were so many perplexing things that occurred yesterday. But the thing is, the thing that got me was the unscouted looks, all right? I'll put air quotes around them. So Dickerson's talking about the Dallas five-man front. Did they not watch the game last week with the Cowboys? Like, did they not know that they traded for Quinnen Williams?
You know, and that's what, look, they ran a bunch of different personnel packages. And so that's what I do want to go back and just chart from last week is like, okay, like how much of this is what they did show last week versus what they didn't. You know, they played, two different kind of base personnel packages with 4 DBs on the field. Some of them were with 3 defensive tackles. Some of them were with 2. They played like 4 different nickel packages. Some of them had 3 defensive tackles on the field. Some of them had 2 defense. So that's, I do want to go back and just kind of chart that. But to me, I do agree with you that it's like, okay, yeah, there probably should have been some expectation that they, with week 2 with Quinnen Williams, and they even said that this week. I remember reading a quote from our friends down at DLLS, and they said like, yeah, we have to get creative to get all 3 of these defensive tackles on the field. So you had to anticipate that there was probably something coming down the pipe here, but it really, I mean, honestly, like. Nothing in the run game looked good yesterday. It was actually I take that back. One aspect caught my eye, and I said, like, okay, like this is something they probably should start to lean more into. And to me, they incorporated Jalen and his legs more often yesterday than they had at any other point over the course of this season. And it wasn't just like, oh, the QB draw. They ran a pass run option. They ran a couple of different read plays where he's reading the backside defensive end or an interior defensive lineman, and now they've got the option, and you've got to respect that. There were a couple where he did keep it. So the fact that they ran so much of that, I think that is a good sign. All right, you start to incorporate that more often into the game plan here on a weekly basis down the stretch. Maybe that breathes some life here into the run game, but the blocking up front just is not good enough right now.
So let's go to elementary. All right, the most elementary thing. When I look at the Dallas defense, Overshawn is back. We talk about how they fortified the interior part of that line. Let's just go, what would not work? Inside zone run, chances are would not work. Let's go further and go, what will work against the Cowboys defense that is challenged in the secondary? So they come out and they do exactly what you said, which was my game plan all week. You and I talked about it, right? Like we both agreed. You got to attack them. You got to attack them down the field. And then they stopped it. They're up 21-0. And then Nick goes back to conservative football and he ceases to attack up until he's forced to when the game becomes a game.
I'm literally just finished the offensive film before I jumped on with you guys. So I'm going to crunch some of these numbers, kind of look through my notes, find some of these resounding themes. One thing that did stand out going into the second half, looking through the first half, I'm looking through my notes right now, and I could see all these different personnel groupings. All right, they mixed in the use of multiple tight end sets and 12 personnel. They had some 6-0 line. They had different variations of 3 receiver sets, sometimes with Darius Cooper, sometimes with Xavier Gibson. Like they're mixing in these different looks, and they're running different plays off of it. They were aggressive down the field. You saw some aggressive shot calls down the field in the first half. In the second half, it's all 11 personnel. They barely dipped into anything else, and it was all like 11 personnel with Jahan Dotson. Like, it wasn't all the different variety. So whatever it was, they said, all right, we're going to stick to this. This is what we're going to do now. Part of that could be, and these are the things we've talked about in the past, when you get into a rut, because they had that stretch after that third drive. They scored a touchdown on the third drive. They got 1 first down in the next 5 series. So yeah, it's again like one of those things where the offense just goes completely cold. And when that happens to you as a play caller and as a coaching staff, you're saying now you're kind of, let's scale back. All right, let's get into what do we do well? What is our bread and butter? Let's go to old reliable. Right now, this pass game does not have that. They do not have an old reliable. They do not have that thing that this is what we can consistently do well each and every time. And I think when you look at that to me, that's kind of the crux of it, is that right now, the pass game doesn't have that reliable fastball. The run game is not fruitful. You're not getting anything out of that. When Jalen does hold on to the football and extend plays, they're not explosive out of that. I was looking at some of the numbers last night, just kind of crunching it, and I was like, all right, like when you look at quarterbacks that hold on to the ball, just the plays where they hold it for 4+ seconds, which is a long time. That's an eternity in the NFL. There were like 38 quarterbacks that have done it as often as Jalen had, like at least 30 times over the course of the season. Big sample size. He's way down on the list in terms of overall success rate. They've thrown 1 touchdown on those plays. So they're not getting explosive plays when he holds onto the ball long, right? You look at the top of that, there are guys that do it more often, like Josh Allen, Mahomes, Drake May, like all the guys that are getting Sam Darnold, he's up there on these plays where you hold onto the ball a long amount of time. It's not the fact that he does it. It's that when he does do it, you're not getting those big chunk explosive plays. And so I don't know if that's hey, like we're going to be conservative here. Like don't force the ball down the field. Whatever it is, if you're not getting those explosives in that way. You're not consistent when you're in rhythm. Honestly, like a lot of the best plays yesterday were 1, 2, 3, like balls out fast, slant route to AJ Brown, quick flat to Saquon Barkley, quick in cut to Devontae Smith. Those are great. Like, all right, catch and run. You saw some yards after catch yesterday, but there's no consistency to it. And so, like a bunch of the plays yesterday where I'm like, man, like Jalen, the ball's got to be out here. That's not a strength. That's never been a strength of his game. Is like to play within rhythm consistently, down after down after down. That's why you're seeing all this volatility on this offense.
Well, and one of the issues are when you look at it is, and Orlovsky brought this up because to your point about explosive plays. They rank last in explosive plays and last in 3 and outs. Like, that together is death.
Can't do it. Can't live that way.
So
not without a run game.
No.
You can't do it.
So Mr. All Reliable for them is don't imperil the football. So they go back to this concept of ultra conservative. Like, you get the ball, you got 2 timeouts. There's 17 seconds to go. You're inside. Why wouldn't you take a shot to try to go get 3, to steal 3? I mean, why wouldn't you do that? You're up 21-7. You make it 24-7. Boom. Why don't you do it? I don't understand. They knew they were getting the ball back. I get it in the second half, but come on, man, go be aggressive.
But it wasn't even like I was beside myself watching that, because it wasn't even just the fact that they sat on the ball. You ran Saquon on that play. Like, God forbid. Like, what if Saquon Barkley gets hurt on a play like that? Like, if you're going to sit on it, just kneel.
And they ran him on the middle.
Just kneel it. We saw that with Jaden Daniels earlier this year. This is a point our friend Sheil Kapati over at The Ringer made this point last night, and he's exactly right. You saw this with Jaden Daniels earlier this year, where it's that's a different situation where it's a garbage time play. But if you're essentially just saying, hey, yeah, like we're playing at halftime, we're sitting on the ball, then just kneel the ball. So that's a weird decision, but I agree with you.
Maybe Saquon pops one. Well, first of all, he ain't popping a cork.
What have we seen all season that would give you that idea that
Exactly. And what drives you insane is, all right, like what happens if Jalen got picked off? The chances are, if you're going down the field to try to get 3 and he throws a pick, it's going to wind up being a punt anyway. Like, take a shot. Like, these are things you got to be aggressive. Like Belichick, when the Patriots were rolling, when they were up 21-0, it would be 38-3 when you looked up, right? Like, they were always pushing the pedal down. These guys, man, Sirianni, the minute they have any lead, it happened against Denver. It was the same thing.
Yeah, and to me, again, it goes against the way that this team is built. If you want to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, you want to grind them, you want to grind teams out. You want to say like, hey, you know what? Like, well, we're going to win these close games. We're going to win with defense and special teams. Then look at the way that the Steelers are built. They don't have a receiver, right? Like
Right.
they don't have. The Eagles have so much money invested in the skill talent of this offense and the entire offensive operation. To have a below average, and honestly, over the last few weeks, it's been far below average. To have an offense that is that low in the league in so many categories, it does not match with the way that this team is built. This team is built to outscore opponents, outgain opponents. How often this year, you can probably count it like on one hand, and you wouldn't need all 5 fingers to say how many times they have outgained opponents from a yardage standpoint in these games. It's an extremely frustrating offense to watch. It's been especially frustrating since the bye week. While the defense has been on an upward trend since the bye, the offense has gone the complete other way. The last 3 games, it's been a tough watch on that side of the ball.
So, and here's the problem, is that Makuba is going to be out. We hear it's serious. So Makuba's going to be out. You already got issues in that secondary. Hopefully Reed, it sounds like Reed will be back. I don't know about Friday, but it sounds like he'll be fine. He'll be all right. But Makuba's out.
Yikes.
That means Sidney Brown.
Yikes. Double yikes.
Who didn't look great. I'm going to go through the film and say, but like the vibes from watching on the broadcast yesterday did not look great for Sidney Brown. Now, who knows? All right, he's got a week to prepare. He's not thrown in midstream. Maybe he's a little bit better, but I would say early returns did not look favorable for Sidney Brown playing defense yesterday.
Yeah, and I don't want to put you that. You studied the offense, and you're kind enough to do that for us, to come on and give it to us. And that's the story of this team. I'm just bringing up the fact that you're going to need to overcome. You're going to need to make up for that. Like, you can't just rely all the time that your defense is going to bail you out. I mean, you just can't do it. I've been calling for Jalen to be part of the run game. I loved all that stuff early. I just don't know why you went away from it. Is that, again, I think it's a lot of Sirianni being conservative, but I also don't know about Petullo. Again, I don't know that he's got a good feel for his play calling. I mean, every time, I don't think he's got a feel for it. I'm just wondering, how much is Sirianni in his ear telling him to just kind of dial it back?
To me, there's always going to be like that growing period for play callers the first time they're put into that role. My issue has not been as much with the play calling and like the sequencing of plays. I mean, that hasn't been perfect, obviously. My issue has been more like the design and the structure of the offense and like what guys are asked to do. And it was evident over the course of this game. Like, they are leaning so heavily into, all right, like, we are going. It's nothing new. This is what we've talked about for years now with this offense and with this pass game. If you strip it down, take away the RPOs, which again they've done this year. Like, you take away the RPOs, you take away like, all right, just vertical, like outside the numbers, like fade balls, right? Like take those away, and you're just looking at the drop back pass game. It is very like rudimentary, like high school level, like basic. All right, we're gonna have a hitch route over here. We're gonna have a slant route over there. The routes don't complement each other. It's not like, oh yeah, like this is a pure progression read.
Freddie, he ran they ran 4 stop routes on that third down play.
Yep, they on the first 3rd and long of the day. It's a little check down to Darius Cooper. That's exactly what they called, right? It's a deep curl route over to the left. It's a deep curl route in the middle of the field. It's a deep curl route over to the right. And on the play where Saquon Barkley fumbles at the end of the game, they had a deep curl route to the left. You had a curl route in the middle of the field. You had a deep curl out to the right, and you had 2 check downs. And Jalen, like, when you play, if you are going to play that way, right? Like, if you're going to say like, all right, the ball has got it's got to be rhythm. It's got to be tactical, like a precision passing, like literally like drop back, hit the back foot, and let it rip, because the timing's not there. When you're going up against the zone defense, those routes, they get plastered. The windows get tight. So if the ball doesn't come out quick, the play's dead, and that's when you start to scramble. And again, he's
a guy. Listen, God bless him, but he was even late on the AJ touchdown throw or in the first half. I mean, that's what he is. Like, so why would you call that for him?
Right, but that's the way that it's been structured for years, right? And so but again, like that's when we have all this volatility with the offense and with the pass game. But in the past, they've been all right. Like you still had the RPOs, you still had the run game, like right. So you're able to kind of like mask over that a little bit and kind of massage it. It's not that he can't do it all the time. It's that there's volatility, there's inconsistency, and so there are times, like I said, like earlier. Some of their best stuff yesterday was 1, 2, 3, like get the ball out. All right, quick slant. You saw hitches that created yards after catch yesterday because the ball came out fast. But because that's not like his strength, you're going to get that inconsistency there. And so like on that play, Jalen drops back. Like you had AJ Brown, there was a Dallas Goedert play, the sack at the end of the game, the last play on offense. Like that's another one where he wants AJ on the quick slant to his left. It's not there. It's taken away. He goes all the way back to the other side of the field to look at Devontae. To me, like I don't know how he's coached on that, but he might be coached on it. You should be progressing left or like, all right, like if I'm going to start with AJ, all right, what's next in the middle of the field and kind of progress your way across. Instead, he's working all the way back over to peek at Devontae.
And he misses Goddard.
He misses Goddard, right? So like the balls should be out there on that point. So like everyone's like, oh, the sack, the offensive line didn't hold up. Yes, they gave up a sack on a stunt. You know, you'd love to be able to see those guys protect, but that was like 4 seconds into the down.
Yeah.
The ball's got to be out at that point, and so it's
that's the thing I don't understand. When at this point, you know who Jalen is. Why aren't you devising an offense around his skill sets? Like, listen, the Cowboys run a lot of that stuff. That gets the ball out. Like
Dak's excellent at it. Yep.
Right? Like Dak is 1, 2, 3, ball's out. Mm-hmm. Right? That's not who Jalen is. He's never been that guy. So why are you running that kind of stuff for him?
That has been the issue with this pass game for the last few years, and from what I understand, and again, like we just going off the reporting, like reading between the lines in terms of when we hear EJ and others like talk about the pass game, this is the way that Jalen wants to look. I think that Jalen likes this. This is like how he wants it to look. But again, I think there's got to be some give and take. This has been, this was the case with other quarterbacks in the past. Like I know there's like famous with Aaron Rodgers. Honestly, it's not that dissimilar, right? Where it's like, this is Aaron Rodgers is the way they want to play, and then they bring in Matt LaFleur, and those guys butted heads early on, where it was like, Aaron, we're going to get you under center. We're going to be running play action. We're going to be running all these different concepts. We can still do some of this stuff, but it's not going to be slant flat and double slant and all hitches down after down after down. And he had 2 MVP years under Matt LaFleur before obviously the bottom fell out there. So, I don't know what the evolution of this offense is going to be. But currently right now, like that volatility, it's going to lead to some frustrating weeks.
I saw Avant this morning making a point where he was saying these routes that they run, they're effective if you're effective at running the ball. Once you can't run the ball, these routes are just way too easy to defend.
Yeah, they sit on
and
you.
there's no adjustments made at all. And I don't know if that's we go through chasing our tail. Is that Nick and Patullo or is that Jalen Hurts? It's like we ask ourselves that every week. It seems like.
Yeah, and it's very hard for us to kind of make that call, being on the outside and not understanding all the inner because you asked earlier, Anthony, about with Patullo with the play calling. Some of it, there are some instances where maybe that play call wasn't great in that spot. There are other instances where I'm like, this play call's great, but the quarterback didn't do a great job or the receiver didn't run a great route. And there are others where it's like, I don't know where Jalen's supposed to go with the ball in this play, right? There's a little bit
lot of that. You know what's nuts is that because you spend your life watching film. And when I see it, there's a lot of plays where I go, I'm not sure where the ball's supposed to go.
Right.
And when you watch other teams, you know where the ball's supposed to go. But when you watch the Eagles, I go, wait, I think the ball's supposed to go here, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, there are instances, and where I'm going to my notes, and I'm like, I don't blame Jalen for scrambling here, and it's a lot of them are those routes where it's like, all right, they ran a deep curl and they ran a slant and there's a shallow curl, but none of the routes are complementing each other. And it's basically like Jalen, pick your matchup, or Jalen, based off the coverage read pre-snap, this is where you're going to start. But if the DBs are all over it, I don't blame Jalen in some of those instances. And then, like I said, there are others where it's like, Jalen, the ball's got to be out here or the ball's got to go there. And he doesn't do it. And so since all aspects of it aren't great, the output has been less than ideal, and it's been poor the last 3 weeks.
Fran, you on social media, you've been out there like defending Saquon a little bit by showing just bad blocking on run plays. And that's something we've seen all year, you've said. Are we at a point now where, like, Cam's just missing a block he wouldn't normally, you think? Are they just so banged up? And if that is the reason, is there something like Stoutland could do? Because I guess he's the offensive line coach, the run game coordinator. Can he call different kind of blocking schemes for them to make it easier for them?
Yeah, I'm going to write up the run game and all the Saquon Barkley runs. That's why I literally posted every single Saquon Barkley run today on social media, just so that I can write off of that later and go through and really dive in. So make sure you become a diehard. If you're a diehard, you'll be able to get access to all the analysis I've got. Basically, when I post those clips, VG, I'm like, all right, here are the facts, right? Like that's 1st and 10. Here's this run, and I'll do the deep dive, in the article. But I posted the first clip, and on that first clip, it's basically like inside zone. I believe it was the opening drive. Yeah, I felt like Saquon probably was pressing a little bit there, where he kind of bounced it a little bit outside. I get what he saw, but I think they probably want him to stay vertical. On that play, yeah, like I'd probably say like Saquon, stay on track there a little bit. My mentions are flooded with Saquon Barkley hate right now.
Mine too.
Wild.
Tank Bigsby's a popular guy in town.
Mine too. Yeah. And I'm going, it's not Barkley. It's not Barkley. And I don't think they realize who they're playing. I go, dude, like there's a couple guys, like, whatever, that's not what it is. Barkley sucks, right? I'm like, no, look who you're playing. Look at the play call. You tell me that what running back, Gibbs isn't getting through that.
Yeah, and then there are aspects where it's like, all right, like, yeah, they ran inside zone here on this play. Maybe he should have stayed vertical on this one. But then, like, all right, they run a counter play, and this is a play where I'm looking at it, and I think that's what Landon was kind of pointing to, where it's like, oh, they ran this odd front where, all right, well, if you have this play call going up against this front, that's incumbent upon whether it's the center on Juergens or the quarterback, Jalen Hurts, to check out of that look and say, like, yeah,
right,
this play is not going to work against this defensive front.
Right.
Cam Juergens, there was a play, I think it was the second run I posted or third run I posted, where he's got to block Quinnen Williams. He's 2 gaps away because of the alignment of the front, the way the guys are lined up. Cam's not fully healthy. Cam's not making that block. No. Or I should say, like, injured, he's not making that block. Even fully healthy, he might not get a hand on Quinnen Williams. Jalen Hurts is handing the ball off to Barkley, and he's got Quinnen Williams. He's got his right arm already on him. So I don't know what Saquon's supposed to do there. Fred Johnson did not have a good game in the run game yesterday. He missed 2 or 3 blocks. Tyler Steen, like, all right, he misses a kickout block on a play. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to say in terms of Saquon. Yeah,
but you know what?
He averaged 2 yards a carry yesterday.
And you know what, Franny? Fred Johnson is not good in the run game. Like, that's not his strength. His strength is in pass pro. Same thing with Steen. Steen's better in pass pro than he is in the run game and going forward.
Yeah, and so that's when you look at that and say, all right, well, then you have those two, and you have Cam Juergens, who's working his way back, who hasn't been healthy all season. Landon is healthier now than he was in the first half. Mailata has not been as consistent. The tight ends have not been as good. Dallas Goedert has been historically a great blocker, and this year has been solid. They ran a sweep play yesterday where it's like, all right, he's got to pin down the defensive end. Now, he was in the slot, and the defensive end followed him out in the slot, and so the alignment made a little bit of a tough block, but he's got to create the crease there. And I've got people in my, I'm posting, I'm like, yeah, like, there's no pin block here, and everyone's like, oh, Saquon's got to cut that up. We can't on one hand say like, oh, Saquon's doing too much dancing, and then be mad on the other when it's like, oh, he doesn't cut back here. It's like, no, like, he's following the track of that play. It just got strung out because Dallas Goedert doesn't make that block, pinning down the defensive end, and so it's a little bit of everything.
And he's great at sealing. Like I mean, Goddard's very good in the run game. Latu, I don't know why they don't use him more as a lead, as an H-back.
Yeah, you bring out Matt Pryor, who has that terrible formation penalty. Like, why isn't Latu out there as the blocker? He's a great blocker when you see him on film.
Yeah, they're kind of mixing in all these guys. Calcaterra's out there, Kylan Granson's out there. I haven't looked at the snap count. I think I've got Latu for 2 snaps on offense yesterday, maybe 3 snaps yesterday. So it was, and again, a lot of that has to do with the fact that they just couldn't get anything going. And I do think, like, yeah, in the second half, they're like, all right, we're gonna lean. It's just gonna be 11 personnel, and we're gonna go out and we're gonna try and throw the ball, and we're gonna run it here and there. It was an ugly offensive performance.
All right, what do you expect against the Bears on Friday from this offense?
I mean, look, the Bears defense mostly has struggled over the last few weeks. There's another banged up group. All three starting linebackers missed yesterday's game against the Steelers, and they were able to get some plays from some of these younger guys in the back seven. But this should be a defense that you should be able to run the ball against. It should be a defense that they should be able to get some explosive plays against. They don't quite have the horses. They haven't been healthy for most of this year. You should be able to. I don't know what to expect. I don't feel like super confident going into it. I was shocked that when you said with the brain earlier that the line is what it is going into Friday.
Yeah. Franny, you're the best, man. Love it. Love it. You'll be on today, 2:00 with Bo and the professor. Don't forget the Die-Hard draft guide. Franny's all about it. It's awesome. College football. You and I just need to do a separate hour on college football. Maybe we'll do a college football thing, you and I, leading up into the playoffs and the whole thing.
I like that. That's a good idea. We should we'll definitely try and get something on the books for that.
All right. I love it. You're the greatest, brother. Love you, buddy. Thanks, Franny.
Appreciate it, guys. Talk to you soon.
There he is, Franny Films, one of the best on the Xfinity mobile call-in line. They keep coming. Cannot wait for David Murphy's take on this whole thing. David is very witty, and Murph has got some good stuff. He's coming up.
Sweet.
Everything we talk looking at.
No. They need the Togo guys to help them out, I think.
They do. All right, let's talk about our friends. Togo! Listen, do you want Vic Fangio to be your OC?
Yes.
Actually, you're right. That's bad.
Yes, I do. Do I want Kevin Petullo to be my OC? No. Well, that's the beauty of Togo. All right? You keep your guys in your positions and what they do well. All right? It's not worth the risk, time, or money to move, say, Vic from being the DC. Yeah, it'd be a learning curve.
As much as we would feel good about it,
yes.
You really don't want him to be the OC.
Right.
You keep your stars focused on what they do best. All right? The same goes for your business. You don't want your top people buried in operations, the tedious, time-consuming, redundant activities that wear the team down. They have a bad, VG. Keep your impact players fresh so they can focus on putting up points.
Yeah.
All right? That's what they do. Your team does that. Even the Eagles don't do that. That's where Togo comes in. An integrated part of your team. All right? Taking the work off your starters' plates so they can focus on what really moves the business forward. Every engagement starts with free process mapping and engineering. All right? There's no cost. There's no commitment. They don't bill you a dime until the real work begins. Programs start as low as $1,000 a month, so you're not going to break the bank. There's work within your budget. They're so good because, listen, we all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. They come in, and again, it's not cookie cutter. They'll look at you guys, assess what you do, and then fill in the gaps. Do what you do the worst they got. Take it off your plate. You don't have to worry about it. All right? You have complete control, total transparency, instant efficiency. I met the Togo guys, 4 for 4 guys. Awesome. All right? You want to work with these guys. Togo turning your playbook into performance. You call the plays, they execute your way, and they advise along the journey like a real OC.
Yeah.
All right? Visit harnesstogo.com. Harnesstogo.com. Scale smarter, work faster, stay focused on winning. Now, time for the Parks Casino. All right, fellas. I know you love it. You're ready to go.
Yes.
You're ready to sing.
I don't know if everybody loves it, but we love it.
Well, I love it. I have to tell you, it is one of my favorite things in the world is hearing you guys go. Because at Parks Casino, Street Road, Ben Salem, mecca of entertainment. All right? Give the gift of entertainment at Parks Casino. Here you go. What's happening at the Excite Center. Saturday, January 17th, classic rockers, Grand Funk Railroad.
She's some kind of wonderful, yes she is. She's some kind of wonderful, yeah, 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 yeah.
Friday, January 30th, 16-time Grammy winner David Foster, Catherine McVie.
Great night of pop music that everyone knows. It'll be 30 songs. You're like, oh, he produced that? Yes.
How about January 31st, the Marshall Tucker Band and Jefferson Starship?
Can't you see? Whoa, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me?
Friday, February 6th, Broadway star Alan Cumming, Uncut, his new one-man cabaret show.
Multi-talented guy, host of Traders, a reality show, game show. Yes, good.
Saturday, February 7th, Piano Men, Generations, a tribute to Elton John and Billy Joel.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer. Count the headlights on the highway.
It's my favorite scene in Almost Famous.
Yeah?
On the bus ride. They're singing it. Mm-hmm. That's the only, they do it better than you on that one. I have to admit.
It's probably, they probably did 32 takes. Sorry, me and Andrew. It's early in the morning. We do one take.
Billy Crudup did a good job.
Sure. Post-production, doubled up on the vocals, probably, sure.
How about Saturday, April 4th, comedian Kathleen Madigan, the Day Drinking Tour.
Yeah, love day drinking.
Saturday, April 18th, Melissa Etheridge.
Just to reach you, oh, just to reach you.
Plus,
come to my window.
Plus, tickets still available in December for the acapella holiday sounds of Straight No Chaser coming up December 5th.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock.
Why don't you go Dominic the Donkey? That's your jam.
December 6th, comedian Ken Jeong from the movie The Hangover is very
hysterical.
Funny. December 12th, get the Let Out, the ultimate Led Zeppelin tribute.
If there's some bustle in your hedgerow, don't be alone now.
ParksCasino.com to buy tickets. Got to be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Now, joining us, the Inquirer columnist, who every Monday, we love our Murphy Mondays on the Xfinity mobile call-in line.
It's time for our man, David Murphy.
They never fail, Murph. They never failed. You want to talk about an inspiration for writing? I mean, they provide one each week. May not be good, but they provide an inspiration.
Yeah, they're getting up to the Sixers levels.
By the way, real quick, because VT brought this up before the show. Did you like a 1 o'clock Sixers appetizer?
On a football Sunday? No, I honestly didn't even know they were playing until after the 1 o'clock games. But yeah, I don't know why they would do that.
I agree with you. I have the same take as you did, which is you can't play 1 o'clock on a football Sunday. You can't.
No, but I guess the NBA scheduling is so wacky that I'm sure it wasn't their first choice to play it then. But Miami.
I'd rather you play 9 a.m.
I'm with you. But yeah, I don't know what goes into that. But yeah, I definitely saw that. I was like, wait a minute, Sixers were playing this whole time?
Dude, I'm with you. Where I walked into a bar and I was like, oh, the Sixers are on? Didn't even have a clue they were on.
All right.
But great slate of 1 o'clock games yesterday, though.
All right. Well, let's get back to the business at hand. So here you go, Murph. Make sense of what we saw yesterday, a repeat of the Broncos game. Eagles up 21-0 against their hated rivals on the road and blow it.
Yeah, it was, just that series of events that you described is kind of the most concerning thing. To me, it's more of an abstract concern, where this Eagles team, they don't lose this game last year, and you're not used to seeing them lose it like this. So just the fact that somehow, that game was over. That's concerning. I don't know why. That's where all the arguments fall. But I know for sure it's 100% a concern. Any team that looks the way they did for the last three quarters, and has Super Bowl aspirations. You seriously, just look at the flip side with the Chiefs yesterday. You're supposed to be doing the opposite. You're supposed to be doing the opposite. And it was a very Giants-esque performance by the Eagles over the last 3 quarters.
How do you make sense of the offense? All right. Like, obviously, we've been through real quick just to set you up. You got Patullo, you got Hurts, you got Sirianni, who I think has a heavy-handed conservative approach. We saw it yesterday when the big lead, they went into a prevent offense. So where do you lay out the blame?
Well, I think you have to start with 100% the reason why the Cowboys won that game is Dak Prescott played a lot better than Jalen Hurts. And look, I was a Dak skeptic for a long time, but he has played great this year, and it's really interesting when you look at the styles of plays. That was the difference. You have Dak throwing a big interception, and then another one that probably should have been picked off. But he's also throwing into traffic. He's letting his guys make plays. Pickens made more of them than CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what's going on with CeeDee, but how many times have you seen Jalen Hurts even attempt to throw a pass to AJ Brown, like some of the ones that George Pickens was coming down with yesterday? So I think that style, and I think that's a quarterback thing. I think there's kind of a chicken and the egg element to this, where it are Patullo and Sirianni forcing Hurts into this conservative box, or are they calling the offense that they think their quarterback can execute? That was look at a certain point. You saw it with Mahomes again yesterday. At a certain point in time, at a certain level, it's on your quarterback to drop back and make plays. And I think Hurts is just limited in his ability to do that, mostly because of his size. Whenever you see, it's interesting. Every time they show the kind of the pocket cam from his point of view, you can kind of get a sense of how much more difficult it is for him to see the field than a guy like Dak or Mahomes, just purely from size. And I think that's what you saw from Dak yesterday. He played great. He dropped back. He stood tall. He let plays develop, and he threw. He threw in chunks, 15, 20 yards down the field. And these guys weren't wide open. Pickens, we all saw it. He was the best wide receiver on the field yesterday.
Yeah, they weren't wide open. And you're right. He allows his receiver to make plays. Here's the issue, though, too, is that going into that game, Dallas has a really good defensive front. Right? Like, you got Quinnen Williams, second game there. You know that you're not going to be able to run the ball in the interior part of the line. Now, they continue to try it for some unknown and you wonder why you're behind the sticks, because they tried it on a first down a handful of times, and you're like, yo, dude, like, you can't run in the middle against that team. You know that you got to attack their secondary. And I just don't understand what they're looking at. Like, that's a huge problem, is what are you guys looking at?
Yeah, I'm with you. And I there's so much to untangle, just because I get the Patullo criticism, right? And I think it's absolutely warranted. And I think if you watched, I don't know if you guys watched the Rams-Bucks games last night, but it's like watching a different sport, watching them play offense. Now again, they've got a borderline Hall of Fame quarterback who played one of the better games at quarterback last night. I've seen, at least from a accuracy and timing perspective. Stafford was just remarkable. But the big thing is, like, I don't think Puka touched the ball until they were up 21-0. McVay is the kind of guy who, at this point with Puka, you have to bracket him on every play. And so McVay's like, okay, as soon as you commit to doing that, McVay's going to just pick you apart with all those other guys, because if you're committing 2 guys to one guy, he's just going to make you pay. But there's only so many Sean McVays. So that's kind of where the thing about the Patullo criticism is it's often leveled with the notion that there's somebody obvious better out there. And I just don't know that that's the case. You've got McVay, you got Shanahan, you got there's a very short list of play callers who, anybody, put it this way, anybody who's good enough to make a difference is going to be a head coach in a year anyway. And I think you could point to last year, but I don't know that Kellen Moore's that guy either, because all Kellen Moore did last year was average 6 yards per carry. I don't know how inventive the passing game was last year. I mean, the biggest difference with this team is they're not dominating up front. I mean, the game's easy when you when you can get 6 yards anytime you run the football, and that's what they did all last year. And I think a lot of times it just comes down to the quarterback to kind of have to make up for it. Again, you don't want to compare Hurts to Mahomes, but at the same time, that's kind of the story where he is not on that level, and right now the Eagles need someone on that level.
Marv, are you concerned? I mean, I know you're saying it's not all Petula, but I guess I'm concerned. Maybe it's a combo of Nick and Petula that scares me after yesterday, with the players saying like they saw a 5-man front for the first time ever in the history, and they didn't know how to react to it. And then there's a quote of Nick where he says they took away things that we were throwing to AJ. Jalen did a good job of some of them getting the ball to Barkley in the flat, but it was variations on how they play the coverage from what he's seen. But it's almost like, they took away what you were doing, and then they just don't know what to do. They have no adjustments, and they just keep trying the same stuff.
Yeah, I'm with you. And yes, at a certain point, whatever reality is and what percentage of it is Petula's fault, at a certain point, you have to try something. You just have to try someone else, That's totally fair and viable. I mean, we saw with the Lions, they've looked like a different offense since Dan Campbell took the reins there. But, we talked about it all last year, but part of what made this team so great, and I would argue uniquely great, kind of historically great, is how simple their offense was. We talked about it all the time. It's just, they dominated you just doing simple stuff, and they never really needed to throw in any wrinkles. And I think what we're seeing now is, you've got a bunch of guys who just aren't as good as they were last year. AJ's very clearly, watch Pickens run and jump and run his routes, and then watch AJ, and AJ's not the guy he was last year, 2 years ago. I don't know if that's a permanent thing or not, but he's obviously not. Goddard is, has been, age-related regressing over the last 3 or 4 years.
I don't see that.
Offensive line is banged up. I think they can't do what they want to do, and they don't know what to do about it.
I think it starts up front.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think up front's not the same, and I think that makes everybody look. That's why people are talking about Barkley. Oh, Barkley stinks. Barkley misses step. It's not Barkley. If you just go and look at it, like, what did you expect them to? Where did you expect them to run on the Cowboys yesterday? Like that.
Well, I also think Barkley's clearly hurt to me. He had that groin a couple weeks ago, and he just hasn't looked. Again, hurt. Obviously, he's not hurt. But
they're not going to. When you got guys in your face, right? When you're playing on the other side of the line of scrimmage, you're not going to be effective. Like, that's the problem.
Yeah. Oh, I'm with it. 100%. It's the number one issue far and away is up front, and we've seen it. We've seen it whenever Lane Johnson has been out in whatever season you want to pick before. And. Look, I haven't watched it close enough. I guess this would be a question for Fran or Baldy or whatever. But I don't know what Tyler Steen has looked like this year. But if
again, he's good in the pass, he's not great in the run. He gets beat.
But the drop off from Makai, that's 20%.
It's a huge drop off from Becton in the run game.
Yeah. So, but I'm with you. Look, at the end of the day, the buck stops in one place, and kind of heavy as the head, it's on Petula and Furiani to figure something out. This is the kind of stuff that the kind of stuff you see the first 4 weeks of the season, and then coaches learn what team they have and they adjust, and then you see it with the Chiefs every year, the Rams every year. Belichick used to say it all the time that he doesn't know his team until October, the end of October or something like that. But we're in the end of November now, and this is kind of who they are, and they're kind of going to have to win. They're not going to win many games when they play defense the way they played last night. And I'm with you. I think obviously it's not good enough. It should be better given the talent that they have. I just don't know if there's anything that can fix it. And at this point, you're kind of looking at them to win on the defensive side of the football.
See, I guess yesterday what I think would have won is if you would have kept the pressure on them, right? You know that you can move the ball against the Cowboys in the secondary, right? We saw it. We saw they were much more creative. Jalen was involved in the run game a little bit, which I would double down on and triple down on, right? I would attack more down the field. I'd move the pocket. I would do things like that. Again, in that matchup, what I don't like is I don't like how they diagnose matchups. I think they leave a lot of meat on the bone when they're diagnosing. Now, whether that's Sirianni and his ultra conservative approach, and maybe it all boils back to that, Murph, because he goes, listen, I've won a bunch of games in this league by not imperiling the football. Go back to right before halftime. I hated turtling up in there. I mean, you got 2 timeouts in 17 seconds. Go try to get 3 out of it. Like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'm with you. I think yesterday, absolutely, it should be near mathematically impossible to lose a game that you were leading by 21 with, however many minutes left in the first half. I mean, that game, if I'm remembering correctly, the Cowboys, I think, turned it over in the end zone at some point when the Eagles were up 21-0. I might be conflating drives, but did that happen late in the second quarter? I feel like they either got stopped on a 4th and goal or there was a fumble or an interception or something. But anyway, regardless, it should have been over at that point. That was the point when, your win probability should have been close to 99%. So, absolutely, it takes a special series of circumstances to do what they did yesterday. And I think in that particular case, you absolutely can blame, Nick Sirianni for being too conservative. But at the same time, I mean, Hurts took, whether they were sacks or throwaways, definitely at least one sack. I remember saying, man, that's totally on Hurts. Where if your first option isn't open, he had more than enough time to have a second or third plan. You gotta have a plan at the line of scrimmage. I mean, the great quarterbacks, Tom Brady, Peyton, they knew what they were going to do.
He's not that. I mean, we know he's not that. I mean,
I know, but that's kind of the point, where we had that conversation, ongoing conversation last year about him being a game manager. Obviously he's better than a game manager, but at a certain point of time, there's a reason why great quarterbacks are the ones that win these Super Bowls usually, and that's kind of the difference. And I think, I'm not blaming it all on him. I'm just saying you can't, this team is not built to win when things around Jalen collapse. And yesterday, I feel like everything kind of collapsed around him.
Yeah. Now, what happens on Friday? Here you go. Now, does this shake your foundation? They're 8-3. Does this shake your foundation for, the future? Like, I mean, obviously the Rams look good, but, who else would you be afraid of?
Afraid of?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be. The Rams are the only team I would be afraid of right now. I think that they're the only team I would. And I think, to answer your question, the biggest thing is if they don't end up with that, bye/home field advantage, the bye might be more important because I just don't know that this team can beat 4 teams in a row. But to have the Rams coming into Lincoln Financial Field, we saw how that's worked out the past couple of times. But it was a thin margin, and I think that margin tips in their favor fairly decisively if it's out in SoFi. So I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, they gave away, home field at this point right now. That's the biggest thing. But yeah, I think that, and Detroit too. I would be worried about Detroit going into Detroit. I would at least think that would be a 50-50 game. But I'm not worried about Detroit coming to the Link. But yeah, it's a weird year in the NFC. Who am I missing? I mean, Darnold's kind of, Sam Darnolding again, and
yeah, I don't know about Seattle. I'll be honest with you. I would prefer not to play Detroit again.
Yeah.
I think you're pressing your luck. Tampa looks like they're dead. Packers look like they're dead. I don't really believe in the Packers. No. And there you go. Nobody in the South now that Tampa.
This Bears team coming in here, I can't believe they're 7-3, 8-3. They are. I don't know.
I mean,
how
they're
doing.
8-3 with a negative point differential.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is not good. And I was a big Caleb Williams guy coming out. He's good in the scramble drill. And
Oh, Murph, hang in 1 second. We are in overtime. Overtime in this city. Wherever you are, whatever platform. Make sure you're with us at YouTube. Make sure you subscribe. Do us that solid. All right, comes right to your phone. No, dude, I'm with you. I look around the conference and it's just, all right, the Rams are the Rams. After that, everybody's ordinary. And everybody's ordinary in the AFC.
Yeah. And if this was, but I'll say this, if this was like your typical year in the AFC, I would be writing the Eagles. And they were in the AFC, I would be writing them off, because it's like you got Burrow, you got Mahomes, you got, up and down, you got team. The Colts still look really, really good. But NFC, it's just hard to write them off, because again, the Rams are kind of the only team that are where you watch and you're like, okay, this is an elite level team. And it's unfortunate the Eagles just have. When's the last time you said that about the Eagles? You thought you were saying it in the first quarter yesterday, but it's going to be interesting to see how they bounce back from this because that was a 2023 type loss yesterday.
Yikes!
Yeah. My brother, how's the baby?
He's doing great. He's trying desperately to walk, standing up on everything. It's crazy. He's doing great. He's gonna be running around by Christmas, I think.
Look at that, buddy. You got a Thanksgiving. You got something to be ultra thankful for, man. It's great.
Absolutely.
Brother, we love you. God bless you and the family. Have a great Thanksgiving. If you're around on Wednesday, we'll be at the Reading Terminal Market all day. We invite all of our family that we love, all right, to come and hang out 9 to 4. My show will be 9 to 11, but I'm going to be on everybody else's show, 9 to 12 actually, and we'll be on everybody else's show. So you want to come and hang out, we'll feed you. And we'll get beers at Molly Malloy's.
All right. I'll see if I can finagle that.
It would be great to have you. Pat McClune will be there, right? A lot of our people, a lot of our ink-stained wretches will be here.
All right. I'll make it happen.
Sweet. Thanks, buddy. We love you, pal. There
All
he
right,
is.
see you guys down there. Yep.
Murph.
We get Murph and Pat.
We're going to have everybody.
Hell
Everybody's
yeah.
coming down. All of our people that we love, every one of our guests each week, and we appreciate them. Want to feed them and buy them Guinness.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just looking. The Rams' point differential is 127. That's pretty outrageous.
The Bears are still negative.
-3.
Yeah. Yeah, they were -6 going in, and they won by 3 as they were Pittsburgh.
Tampa Bay is also negative, -25.
There's nobody in the South.
The South stinks.
Dude, I mean,
Don't we feel like we say that every year? The South stinks.
The South. Look at the North. Is anybody any good in the North?
I mean, no, Bears.
I mean, you have the Lions, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Lions are legit, but anybody else? No.
Nope.
Like the Bears are leading that. You really fear the Bears? I don't.
No.
Right?
I don't at all, but maybe I got the goggles on. I
they're-
wear the
I mean,
goggles.
but
I'm a
you're
little
not-
feared.
I'm a big fan.
I'm
of
a little
goggles.
feared by the Bears.
You scared? You're afraid of the Bears?
I'm a little bit, yeah.
The line. I mean, Vegas isn't. They make the line 7.
Yeah, well,
2, 8, and 3 teams.
I'm a little
That's
afraid.
It's an
outrageous.
eagle
2,
line.
8, and 3 teams.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what this defense can do. I mean, we'll see what this offense can do.
You're a true Philadelphian. You're very reactionary, Andrew.
Well, the Bears have been playing well. I mean, Caleb Williams has
They play anybody.
kind of been playing well.
They haven't played anybody.
How much Bears?
Kind of
games
felt that
has
about
he watched?
Dallas, and they folded. Until I see it, I can't believe it. I have to see it.
All right, buddy.
Who scares you on the Bears offense?
Who scares me on the Bears offense?
Yeah.
They're just playing with Caleb Williams. Like I said, he's been playing well. So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Name someone else on the Bears offense.
Who else on the DeAndre Swift or DeAndre Swift?
All right, my man.
Yeah,
Prove
come
me
on.
wrong. Threw it right back in
Yeah.
my face. All right.
Who does Swift share carries with?
Roma Dunze?
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
It's
come on,
good
guys.
receiver.
I know their team.
That's impressive.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
I am
like,
impressed.
I didn't know you
I
had
am totally
Rome.
impressed.
I have fear about the team.
Andrew. By the way, Andrew, Union lose a heartbreaker last night.
When it rains, it pours in Philadelphia.
Oh, 1-0 to New York.
Oh, that stinks.
Tough
To
one
New
last
York.
night. Yeah. Tough one last night.
Yeah,
That was bad.
I know.
All right. Now we got, this is a good time for the B
Like
and
your
C
knees
line.
showing with your pants today, dude.
I'm sitting in a weird way right now.
So
I'm
we
trying to get
have
comfortable.
this argument every day here in the office. Andrew wears like what we call floods,
They're like super floods.
right? And,
They're not
and,
like
and Andrew says,
floods.
Andrew says, nah, man, you guys are old.
Yes.
The style is
We are old.
to show the ankle.
Definitely.
Speak for yourself, guys.
Well, I'm not that
The
old.
style is to show the ankle.
You showed a calf, dude. You're way above the ankle.
I bet you when you were my age and you had
Never.
some older guys saying, "Oh, look at you in that jean vest," you're probably like, "You're just like out of touch."
Here's the
That's how
problem.
you're acting.
Here's the
out
problem.
of touch.
The problem is the cool factor. You got to admit, we have cool factor for being older.
Yeah, we got cool factor too. I mean, you guys are cool. I'll give you the cool factor for sure. Yeah.
Well, cool mattered to us. Now, cool is an overrated thing in life. It really is. It's terrible.
Speak for yourself.
No, but it drove us down the wrong road in our aspirations to make sure that we keep our cool factor.
Right.
You're better off not caring, which makes you
of
even more
course.
cool, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you get the point. Our generation really cared about that.
Yes. Well, I mean,
We over cared
we'd
about
be
that.
bullied and beaten if we weren't cool.
That's true.
Verbally.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys just have to worry about social media. Back then, you worried about catching a bad one.
Spitballs
true. Yeah,
getting
we
shot at you.
Well, we had that.
Getting
We had spitballs.
Like, you didn't want to get swooped. You got
No.
4 or 5 guys
Getting
beating
swooped.
Get
on you.
swirly.
That's funny. Did you call it swoop? We
Yeah.
call it jumped. But yeah,
Jump.
I get-
We call it
yeah.
jump. We call it getting swooped.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
swoop?
you get jumped once.
Yeah.
You always got your head on a swivel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because of the way
I was
you
talking to
you
somebody
dressed.
about this part of Argan Avenue that he was from. And I was like, oh, that's a bad neighborhood.
Did you have it?
My
'Cause-
friend got jumped there.
Did you have it where, because I lived between Feltonville and Frankfurt, Junietta, if we walked in those neighborhoods,
Oh, yeah. There
you'd
was
get
always
chased out or
there
beat
was
on.
always-
Yes.
yeah.
We got 2 call-ins.
I love it.
So I don't know who you want to go to first. Want to go to Coach Mike?
Let's go to Coach Mike for some intelligent football talk.
Let's do it.
Good morning, Coach Mike.
Just shaking his head in disgust.
Hello there, Coach Sirianni. Oh, unmute, brother.
Can you guys hear me?
Gotcha.
I would say good morning, but after blowing a 21-0 lead, I don't know if it's such a good morning in Philadelphia.
In Dallas.
There's either 2 miracles happening right now. It's either a miracle that this coaching staff got us to a Super Bowl and won it, or this coaching staff is doing what they're doing right now. So I don't know which one's the miracle. To see them do some of the things that they did is coaching malpractice to the 10th degree, Anthony. And one of the things that I noticed in the game, and it was just confirmed by Dickerson after the game, I'm watching them run the ball. Like, what are they doing? Why are they trying to attack Dallas's front this way? If Dallas is going to run a 5-man defensive front, that means every man is accounted for. Running zone schemes, why? These are football 101 things that coaches just don't do. Oh, they're in a 5-man front. We're gonna go to more man run schemes like power, like wham, like trap. We're gonna
attack
do
the
things-
outside,
Yeah, we're gonna do
the
things that-
edges.
it's coaching malpractice. Dallas runs a lot of zone. We're going to flood their zone and run schemes like levels, run schemes like smash, run schemes like We don't do any of the football 101 things that other teams just do just naturally. It doesn't make sense to me.
Coach Mike, just for the record, you're saying teams have shown 5-man fronts before on defense? That's happened previously in football?
It's not some new exotic. Yes, guess what? This is the funniest part. What do the Eagles do against heavy run teams? The Eagles themselves run a 5-man scheme. So this is something they've seen from their own defensive coordinator. So this is not some exotic thing that they've never seen before. The inability to adjust is absolutely insane. We've seen them come out, and we've seen our offense come out and have absolutely horrid starts to games. Why? Because they have some kind of idea of what they want to do going into a game. And once they see after the first series, second series, it's not going well, they still stick with it because they don't know how to adjust on the fly. Now we've seen the opposite, where they come out and they have a scheme that looks like it's going well against defense. The defense makes a small adjustment, and all of a sudden we go stagnant and we can't adjust on the fly. Now, I'm going to shift.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick. The thing that's mind-boggling, all right, to your point, is that if you have scouted the Cowboys and watched tape, and know what they're good at, they just got Quinnen Williams, right? Just got Quinnen
and Kenny
Williams.
Clark in the middle of that defensive front.
So you know that and they said it, that they want to play more 5-man front to get the 3 tackles in the game, right? So what in the world, why would you run it between the tackles knowing that that's where their strength lies? And this is what I don't get. This is to your point about coaching malpractice and coaching. You go, wait a second. What are the Cowboys, what are they bad at? They're secondary.
Bending the pass.
They can't cover, right? Yeah. There's holes all over the back end of that defense. Why wouldn't you continue to attack that? And it goes back, Mike, to me, it's Sirianni going, all right, we're up 21-0. Let's go to our 4-minute offense in the second quarter.
Yeah. And it doesn't make sense because we've played against a team who was up 3 scores and we came back and beat them. And we beat them by being aggressive, right? So I want to go, it's funny that you mentioned Sirianni. We all know in Philadelphia, I think nationally, that Sirianni is not X's and O's head coach, right? We know that. He's supposed to be the attention to detail coach. He's supposed to be the everyone likes him coach. He's supposed to be the player, the culture coach, right? But I've seen crazy amount of penalties. We're on pace for a record. We're on a record-setting pace for penalties. I've seen culture seem to be eroding. You have all this stuff in the media about people don't like the franchise quarterback. You got receivers talking, being not on the same page. You have to have the owner come down to the practice field to come talk to the. So if you're the coach that's supposed to be the culture coach, the discipline, the attention to details, everyone keeps saying every single week, we're off. Players are missing blocks, we're missing schemes. Then what are you there for? If you're not the scheme guy that's going to scheme us up and get us, moving.
Yeah.
How are you going to have the punt returner try to field a punt on the 1-yard line?
Yeah. Yeah. No, forget that. That was so ridiculous. I don't understand. Listen, it used to be the 10-yard line. It went back to the 6. Come on, man. If it's over your head, don't move. What are you doing? I still don't understand it. But forget that for a second. If you're Sirianni, his response to you would be, I've won a ton of games. My record is on pace with Lombardi, right? He'll tell you that.
Right.
And what I do is I don't imperil the football. So that means I don't go for it. I don't try to get 3 right before halftime when I got 2 timeouts, right, and 17 seconds. I don't push it. I never push the envelope. And if, Barkley doesn't fumble there and we don't lose the other one, we win the game. Like he's going to, like that's his retort. As much as it drives you and I nuts, that's what he's going to tell you.
And guess what? That will win you a lot of games. That won't always win you the game. That won't win you the important game when you need to be great. That will keep you very good, that style, but that won't get you to be great. And the only difference between last year and years prior is we just had a great mix of things that led to a great running attack. That was a historic running attack that is not going to be duplicated much any other time in recent history. Now you have Taylor in Indianapolis doing something special over there, but you're not going to duplicate that running game where you have 40 plus explosive runs across the season, right? Over 20 yards. You're not going to duplicate. So there's something great that you're going to have to do on offense. There's something great that you're going to have to do. And when it comes to keeping the ball safe, there's nothing that says you can't throw the ball down the field and keep the ball safe. So it goes back to the chicken or the egg. Do we believe that Hurts can't throw the ball downfield and keep it safe? Or is it Hurts that doesn't believe in himself and he's not taking those shots? I don't know which one it is, because half the time I'm looking at the play calling, I'm going, they don't trust him.
Yeah.
It'll be third and 8. It'll be 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, draw. Why?
Yeah.
We've seen Kansas City score a touchdown in 13 seconds. We have 17 and 2 timeouts. Telling me with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas
you're
Goedert,
indoors. You could go kick I know he missed the one field goal, but you're indoors. Guys are kicking long field goals now. Go take a shot.
One of the biggest tells when I'm watching the game and I see the coaches and how they go throughout the game is how they adjust and how they go against their tendencies to try to accomplish what they're trying to do. If they can only lean on their tendencies to accomplish what they're trying to do, they're not doing a good job of coaching.
Right.
Because the other coaches know what your tendencies are. So when it comes to 3rd and short, we know we need to convert. All we have is slant to AJ. Slant to AJ. And guess what Dallas knew? Dallas knew we were going to run that. And then on the back end, when Hurts comes off of that slant, he doesn't like that slant. All of our receiving options are standing still running hitches. No zig routes to like inside, outside, no slant coming on the
hitches
opposite
and
side.
hose, my brother. Hitches and hose.
It makes no sense. I saw a statistic. We have the most hitch routes ran.
I know.
Out of any other team. Against man coverage.
I hate that. Right? Like that stuff, because you coach. You coach high school kids. The whole thing. Like you're right with the kids.
Yeah.
That's stuff that you put in because it's easy for them to understand.
It's easy and it's safe. But if you have a man scheme, the only way you're gonna beat someone on a hitch is if you threaten them vertically. Maybe you're super fast and maybe they're scared. But it's 3rd and short. Or
if you're running the ball really well.
Yeah, it's 3rd and short. Why can't you have some kind of Dallas Goedert acts like he's going inside, but then puts on the brakes and goes outside? So when Hurts looks to the left, doesn't see the slant, he's throwing the ball to a Goddard breaking wide, coming outside of like something. Like there should be a coach in his head. All right, slant to AJ, but if that's not there,
Fran brought something up really interesting off that play, right? Because it was funny because you saw the same thing. Where he starts his progression here, right, with AJ. He's covered.
Right.
Then he goes all the way back here to Devontae and so he misses Goddard, who's right here.
Yeah.
Now,
even if he threw that ball to Goddard, I'm not sure he completes that because the guy was draped all over him because it's just a stick route, but it has to come out. There's no way you could go, there's no way you could pan left to all the way right without knowing that pass is coming out, because it's a 3-step drop. The O-line, they're not anticipating 5-step. It's set, block. The ball needs to come out. So there's no way a quarterback's going to go all the way from here, all the way across the field, and still pat the ball here and be safe. There's absolutely no way. Not on 3rd and short.
Yeah.
So it's coaching malpractice. One, we got to get these guys running some schemes that are not on tape, that are not filmed up, because you're just making that harder on the offense. Two, you got to lean into throwing the ball more, because that's what's successful. I'm glad I saw that. I'm glad I saw Jalen running the ball, designed runs for Jalen. I'm glad I saw that. I'm glad I saw a lot of empty, because we've been more successful out of empty over the. So we got to lean into that. We're not a running team anymore. So lean into the pass. Attack teams downfield if you can. And then keep the field spread, and maybe Saquon finds some space. But these condensed formations where we know that we're going to run the ball, they know that we're going to run the ball, we're not winning those.
Yeah. Now, Coach Mike, you're the greatest. Listen, Coach Mike, we are at Reading Terminal Market on Wednesday.
I'll see you there.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'll pop up with the family.
Love it. Love it.
See
All
you guys.
day, the Reading Terminal, man. Love it, Coach Mike. You're my man.
Have a good one.
See you, pal.
Yes, sir. Bye.
All right, we got one more video. I know we have to move quickly. Yeah. Uncle Frank sent a video in.
Oh, we have Fit Dad.
Oh, we got Fit Dad too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, so let's
I
do
didn't know we
Fit
had
Dad,
Fit
and we
Dad.
can save the video for tomorrow.
All right.
Since we have to get out of here.
Okay. Let's go to our man. Oh, Fit Dad's here. Pump me up. Yo, brother. Yo, Wednesday, before we start.
Because I feel like it's a funeral.
Before we start, Wednesday, Reading Terminal. All right? You there?
Is that where you guys going to be at?
We got you. Wednesday, 9 to 4 at the Reading Terminal.
Let's see. I don't. There's no school on Wednesday. I might stop in.
We want you to.
Come on.
Come on,
right.
Fit Dad. We need to see you.
Listen, I can't promise I'll have this happy, plucky smile on my face, especially after this game, man. But I just can't. I mean, the Union, the Eagles, the Sixers lose yesterday. Like, why do we keep having days like this, man?
I wonder, buddy. I think
it's tough.
It is tough. And I wonder about this coaching staff. I really do. I wonder about him, man. I wonder about Nick.
Yeah, I mean, that's my biggest concern. I mean, I think they asked Fred Johnson something in the locker room about why the run game isn't working. And he goes, I don't know. I'm not a coach. And that to me is telling.
Not a great response.
You know what I mean? Like, just that alone is very, very telling in the way that the players are feeling and how obvious as fans we're watching this game. And we're like, this is coaching. This is where it starts at the top. It starts with coaching and where it's not being whatever they aren't being prepared for. And this is what Nick was starting to get known for is his preparation. He having these guys prepared for anything. And now all of a sudden that's a problem too.
I mean, what are we supposed to say that you didn't expect Dallas to run a 5-man front when they just traded for Quinn Williams? Like what? Like, did you not see that? Like, did you? I know you were playing somebody else, but did you not?
I mean, it came across my feed.
Like, what? Fit that? I mean, that's mind-boggling to me.
I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to, this is just one of those games. This is a division rival. I personally, I'll have to say, I'll talk more trash about the Cowboys than probably anybody I know, but I had this game as a loss, but only purely because going into it, Dallas doesn't lose in Dallas. They're very hard to beat in their own stadium. It's a division opponent that we've already beat once this year. We rarely ever beat Dallas twice. So to me, mentally, it was a loss going in, but I thought we should beat this team.
Right.
And going into the second quarter with a 21-0 lead and just to get absolutely steamrolled 24-21, I don't understand it. I don't get it. You can watch all the tape in the world. And the pure, simple fact of the matter is they took their foot off the gas. I saw a tweet. Someone said, they look like these mofos tried to start running the ball and running the clock with 33 minutes left in the game. Like it just how do you do that? I don't understand how do you come into a game and in the second half you just put your foot on their throat. It's that simple.
It started in the second quarter when they were it started like they went into their 4-man offense, prevent offense is what I call it.
One touchdown. That's all they needed. They needed one touchdown to win that game, and they couldn't get one touchdown in 2.5 quarters. It's sickening. I mean, honestly, it is. And I can't say much more about the Bears. I know you don't feel scared of them. I'm not scared of them either, but we're not. I wasn't scared of Dallas. I wasn't scared of the Lions last week, and we beat them, but we got beat this week. And
I was petrified of the Lions. I'm not going to lie. I was scared of the Lions. And the defense played superhuman, and you got Goff out in the elements. I wouldn't want to play them again. Not with this. I need this offense to give me something, offense. Man. Like, fit that. What is it? Like, all week you heard me. Go attack. Let Jalen play free. How many times did I say it? 100 times, right? It worked. It
There's
worked.
only
Like,
so much that man can do. I mean, how much
part of the run game. It worked.
Do? Yeah, I mean, look, people are like, "Oh, AJ Brown. Is AJ Brown happy now?" Yeah, he's happy. The dude had a touchdown at 110 yards, and it worked in the first half. And then all of a sudden, you start running the ball when we come out in the second half, and then you completely stop. I'm like, it didn't make any sense. And there was one play, I think it was Jason Avant that was breaking it down, where they had Devontae Smith on the backup. Was it the backup linebacker that came in for the guy that got hurt? He was on someone who was 3 steps behind him every time. And instead, they had the play was to go to AJ against Deron Bland, 2 of the best in their positions on both sides. And he decides to go to there instead of going to Devontae. And it's like, who's making that call? Who is not exposing the places that need to be exposed? And it's Kevin Patullo. Yeah. And I hate to say it now, like, I just want the guy gone. And I never want anyone to lose their job, but I'm done. I got to wash my hands of him at this point.
You're like Paulie. I got to turn my back on you.
Yeah,
that's it.
Listen, he's about to have a Joe Pesci meeting. That's all I'm saying.
Fit that. We love you, buddy. We need you Wednesday.
I'll see you on Wednesday.
All right.
Nice.
You're the best. Fit that. The greatest. All right. We got to get out of here. Because we got a busy studio. The bro, king of content, KOC, said, you guys got to go.
Police.
Get out.
Kicking us out, man.
We need to do our back in the day moment, courtesy TrueMark Financial Credit Union. Do we have one?
Yeah, we can put one together quick. We got a little something from the 70s, a little football related.
We're going back. We're going back. We're going back in the day with TrueMark. Oh, yeah.
I don't know. We talked about Super Jock or Super Toe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever had this one.
Oh, yeah?
Mr. Quarterback.
Mr. Quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What is Mr. Quarterback? What? Sounds familiar.
Frazier.
I don't even know what you're talking about here.
Well, just go to that page where all the nugs and the stuff is on.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
I had Mr. Quarterback.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Mr. Quarterback.
Yes. And it's not a little tiny thing. It's like interactive. Like you could play a game with it. 1-on-1, me versus you with Mr. It's like a steady QB.
I think I remember this.
Through these like hard plastic balls.
Yes. Yeah. Like
it didn't have a lot of spin on it.
Right. Wait. I think I know this game.
Yes.
I think I know the game. All right. Yes.
A little arm long.
Yes.
1-on-1 or even by yourself.
Oh my God, I remember it. Yes. So wait, those plastic, they're like plastic wiffle balls.
Yes.
But they were, oh my God, they were hard.
Yes.
So wait, we had the ones with the hole, it was yellow.
Oh yeah,
with all the holes,
yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And this thing, oh my God, you would be outside having a catch.
Yes.
And the thing would kill your hands. So like my cousin and I would have a catch. And it was who's got the stronger hands to withstand the pain.
The plastic.
Because you throw it as hard as you could, and you got to be able to catch it.
There were no gloves back then.
No, no gloves. No. Oh my God! He used to throw it, man. I can still feel the pain from the cold in my hands.
He's got a good arm, you cousin?
Oh yeah. The two of us, we could rock it.
Yeah, I'll bet.
We were the rocket cousins. But man, you would feel it. Oh,
Just trying to hurt each other.
yes.
Throw it as hard as you can.
Yeah, if it's a quarterback, you could work on like tracking the ball, give you a little pop up.
I remember one of those things. I think they had a more modified version for when I was younger, but they had something very similar. Yeah.
That's cool. All right, that's going to do it for us, everybody. I don't know. I can't make heads or tails of it all. Well, we'll try again tomorrow. We love you guys. Have a great day. We'll see you then.
Y'all silly like the mayor.